Hey gamers, welcome back to a brand new DSP video. This time we will be watching this weird little meltdown DSP had yesterday. It was really something. I didn't want to do a video on the Memorial Day stuff. So maybe I'll squeeze that into this video if there's time, but we'll see. Not gonna promise anything. If it's not gonna be in this video, it may be another video. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's get going. Oh, it should be pretty good if I was on the right window, correct?
It's an RPG where there's dungeons and there's all these challenges. It's literally drop in, drop out repetition. Similarly to what I have described to you guys the last couple of weeks, I feel like Elden Ring Night Rain will be something that will be fun to do.
So I'm looking at the data.
But I feel like once we've done enough iterations of it and we've seen all of the bosses and enemies, the gimmick will run out.
I just love that, like, I think, honestly, Night Rain is him just desperately trying to cling on to FromSoft money. Because he's describing this like Monster Hunter, all these games that he said he's not interested in and it's not his forte, but he's gonna give this game a try, even though he played the beta, and I don't even think the beta he got a lot of money doing that. But he's like, well, this is a full release. Maybe I'll get the same money that I did with Elden Ring or whatever. Like, that's what he's hoping for. But whatever, okay.
And we're probably not going to have as much interest in it as, say, a real Elden Ring game or a FromSoft full-fledged single-player title. So I hope everyone understands that.
I don't understand it, though.
I definitely... Exactly. Stuart said, so the premise of Helldivers? Exactly right. The point is, you drop in, you play through one iteration, you try to survive, you level up, right? And then you continue on, but it's a game loop that's supposed to hook you. But it's never going to be something like a mainstream FromSoft game. It never was intended to be. Pretty much everything is a flipped asset.
Right.
There's nothing original in the game. So because of that, yeah, I get it. Like, people are going to either love it or hate it. I think for me,
he's going to be on the fence.
It's going to be something that we play a few times. We see how much it appeals to everyone, right? And if people still keep liking it, then maybe I'll keep playing it. Or maybe I play 3-4 streams of it, and then we've seen it all.
Okay.
You know, I'm playing it launch night tomorrow night on the late stream, and I'm playing it Friday, and there's no podcast on Friday. I'm actually jumping right into gameplay, so it's going to be like 6+ hours of Elden Ring Night Rain within that first 24-hour window to get a good idea of what the game is. Then we'll decide how much more we want to play it next week. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So that's the game news for now. Okay, there's really it.
That's game
There's nothing else going on. Why? Well, because again, next week we've got Summer Game Fest.
There was game news. There was the Borderlands 4 thing where he's like, you're gonna pay $80 and like it. Then there was an announcement that Cyberpunk 2 is in pre-production, which is pretty hype. But DSP is gonna probably. This is what I'm predicting. Because the CD Projekt Red is a big company, and it's like a AAA. I guess it's AAA. I don't know. Whatever. It's basically a mainstream company. It's mainstream enough for it to be on DSP's radar. I think he's gonna play that game, and he's like, "Well, I don't know, guys. I didn't like the first one, but I'll try it. Maybe I like it." And depending on how it pans out, he'll either, like, love it, or he's gonna be like, it's whatever, man. It really depends, right? Like, because obviously, I don't think Cyberpunk 2 is gonna, like, double down, on the same stuff that the first game did. I think it's gonna, like, do other stuff, because it's a sequel, right? And I don't think CD Projekt Red, like, kind of does the same thing twice, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Cyberpunk 2.
Then we got the Xbox Showcase, and I suspect that an insane amount of gaming news will explode during that time frame. So we just have about another...
So this is, like, ridiculous, though, because he's gonna react to it, so it's not really, like, game news. He's just gonna react to the event. And then that's it. And then the next day, there's no game news, man, because there was the whole blitz. he also didn't say anything about like Persona 4 remake being leaked by the not the devs, by the voice actors saying I'm not reprising my role. Which little side note, I think is kind of funny, low key kind of funny that this is news to people. I kind of feel like with Persona 3 Reload openly announcing like that remake just immediately like, yeah, we're not recasting the voice actors in their roles. So I was like, okay, so I just assumed Persona 4 Remake would be the same thing where they're not going to reprise their roles. Like, I think with Atlas, they just want to do a complete remake and just change like all the way to the voice actors. Hot take, I know, but I thought the new cast for Persona 3 Reload was fine. I didn't have a major problem. The only one I had an issue with was like, and it's not a big one, Akihiko, but whatever. Koromaru is whatever. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's a dog. What can you really do with a dog, right? They could have gotten someone better, sure, but or gotten an actual dog, right? The only thing I thought was like really disappointing was the music and how the theurgies kind of broke the game. Like you could one shot the boss, but that's that.
Another week to wait. It's actually just a little over a week to the launch.
But no game news. You can't announce like, dude, they're doing a Persona 4 remake. Oh my god, dude, this dude plays the Persona 4 remake, but not the Persona 3 remake. It confirms my beliefs that DSP has no taste.
To the Switch 2, which obviously is going to be industry explode during that time frame. So we just have about another week to wait.
There was no game news with also the Nintendo saying that they can brick consoles if you emulate on their consoles. That's not news apparently to Phil, but it would be if it was a few months ago or if he was really desperate for game news.
To wait, it's actually just a little over a week to the launch of the Switch 2, which obviously is going to be industry shaking. Everyone will be talking about it.
I love that now Switch 2's industry shaking. Didn't this dude say like, no. I guess he I don't know. I'm thinking something else. I think it's not exactly the same. Never mind.
I'll be covering it if I can get one. Which right now, again, I keep telling you guys, I wish right now I could jump out and say 100% everything is locked in and confirmed. It's not. Okay? I might be getting one. I might not. I'll let you know.
In my humble opinion, I think it could go either way with this, because look, he only said he's not gonna tell us if he got it. That doesn't mean he's not gonna tell us that he doesn't have one, because there's no risk in saying I don't have one. If anything, he benefits, right? Because some den is gonna be like, Phil doesn't have one, I gotta send him one, whatever. I think, in my opinion, the only reason why he's kind of like brushing off him not getting one is that he knows his little story about the Switch 2 is full of bullshit. He knows it is. And he doesn't want to like put too much attention to it, so he's just like, yeah, it's bad, man. Like, that's why I think he's kind of brushing it off, because he kind of knows that his lie doesn't really work. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really wants us to believe that he watched the person cancel the second Switch 2 while he was like watching. Like, that makes no sense. Come on.
But for now,
whatever.
I can't really talk about it because, again, like I said, because my original pre-orders got canceled by a troll who socially engineered Walmart. Yes, it's true. I now have uncertainty. All right, but I will let you know soon. About it. And by the way, I was debating showing this, but Rocco did a stream last week or so. It was a bit. It was a little bit he did. It was I think it was called like Charlie Switch or whatever the fuck, like Countdown to Switch 2. Whatever. I don't remember the name of the character he was playing, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm pre-ordering in the Switch 2," and then he showed his order number. And then, like, after that, he goes through the thing saying, my Switch 2's canceled. What the fuck? Like, it was something like that. And I just sat there and was like, was this a reference to DSP? It's like the meme of, is that a JoJo reference?
it's like that when I was watching that stream archive. And I was like, did they like it kind of even follow the same kind of like beats that you would expect DSP to do almost. It was a little it was just enough for it to be its own thing, but also being a slight reference to DSP, you know? Like it was a very interesting stream he did. I like the character too because it's really funny. Really funny thing, man.
Also, we're coming up on 100 support goals hit, and I'll be letting you know about that upcoming marathon event that I have planned out soon. Probably by the end of this streaming week, I will let you all know what's going on. Okay?
No, I love the end of the streaming week. That's tomorrow, dude. But it can't be this. It can't be this issue, this event, because that's not really doing what he said it would do. First off, where he said, "I'll tell you when the day it launches, whatever." Secondly, this is a new thing that he's never done before, and I think it's a variety show. I'm telling you, it's a variety show because notice that we went from talking a lot about it and how he loves the idea to then suddenly we're not even acknowledging it's a concept anymore. So I think it's the variety show. That's what I think.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. So, with all that happening next week, it's going to be super exciting. The month of June will be very exciting for games. I'm expecting everyone to be, super into something. If not a bunch of stuff, games are going to be dropping out of nowhere during like summer.
This is kind of funny. He's saying this. Meanwhile, he has complained about the gaming community being like ADD, jumping from game to game to game to game and all this stuff. And now he's saying there's gonna be so many games and we're gonna be playing them all and we're gonna be doing this and that. I thought this was bad, Phil. I thought this was a problem, right?
Summer Game Fest and stuff. It's going to be a very exciting time of the year for gaming. But right now, I'm in the midst of playing and excuse me, a tickle in my throat right in the middle of my sentence. Okay. I'm in the midst of playing and juggling several games. First of all, let's just think about what I'm playing right now.
Okay, I'm thinking.
Okay,
let's
main
think.
Playthroughs. Player Obscure Expedition 33, a arguably 50 to 60 hour RPG. We're over 30 hours into it. Okay,
Right.
We're actually nearing the end of Act 2. What I'm going to understand, there's 3 acts of the story, but then there's a ton of side content as well. We've done a lot of the side content. So we're probably about 2/3 of the way through Clair Obscure. Blueprints.
I love he's doing all the side content. It's going to come up again like pretty shortly, but I kind of get why people think he's like reading a guide and all this stuff, but also just remember this guy goes out of his way to be overleveled in certain things. That's how he plays. I mean, look at the Mario playthroughs he does. He goes out of his way to grind for lives. Like, I've never seen anyone. Like, I've played Mario, and I suck, by the way. Whatever, right? I mean, I've played Mario. I've seen other people play Mario. I've never seen anyone just end up with, like, double digits, like 99 lives. I watched DSP play, like, Mario Wonder or Mario Brothers Wii or whatever the fuck, and it's like, yeah, 99 lives, and it's like, I've never seen anyone play Mario like that. Like, it's just really weird. I've never seen anyone like get so many lives in a Mario game. He plays a FromSoft game. He always gets cheesy builds. He always gets like the overpowered weapons. He always overlevels in that game regardless. Like, he has always played this way because, I mean, I get it. I do think that to a degree, it may be fun to be overleveled in a section. I get it because sometimes I do that too. Whatever. I sometimes grind to be overleveled as well. But the thing is, with DSP, since he's not an entertaining person, and all you're kind of left with is the game, it may not be really fun seeing him be overleveled for the main missions. Like, that's like the trade-off. If you're an entertaining person, people may be able to, like, let it slide. And again, like, Expedition 33 does have random encounters. All the enemies are on the map, and you can, like, do any encounter you want. Because I remember I played SMT3 one time when I was playing it for the first time. Someone in my chat was telling me, like, oh, you're gonna grind? I don't like when people do that. It's like, dude, this is like random encounters. Like, I'm gonna do the fights as much as I want, whatever. I mean, you don't really have a say in SMT3 about these encounters are random. Uh, Meanwhile, SMT5, it's like, yeah, you can just skip if you want, but you're gonna be like under leveled, whatever. Like, it's a whole other thing. But this dude is like grinding to be over leveled. Whatever.
An ongoing puzzle game, the likes of which I've never really experienced before, and I've never actually gotten like
Yeah, that's
hooked
why a lot of people
on a
love
puzzle game in the
Blueprints.
way that I'm hooked on
Because
Blueprints.
it's
It
like
actually
it's
has
like
a
Balatro.
really
It's like,
interesting
whoa, they
story
did this thing
that
and they
gets
made it
better
different.
and better the further into the game that we get. And every time we play now, we're unlocking new rooms, solving big mysteries that have been ongoing for the course of the game, finding new keys and puzzles and then solving them. Last time we solved the reservoir puzzle entirely. There's two different puzzles to it. We solved them
Whoa.
both. It was really
Both?
awesome. And it's been going like that every single time that we play it.
Right.
Right? By the way, we're also over 30 hours into Blueprints.
Whoa, man.
Then we have Minecraft, now on Java Edition, a game that I returned to after years and years.
I'm telling you, it is so funny to me that this run of Minecraft is the worst one. Like, it is insane that this is the worst one. Like, I kind of want to do a video on this too, I guess, but I have a lot of ideas, I guess. But whatever. I've been noticing an uptick in, like, him doing, whoa! Whoa! Oh! Like, that kind of shit more and more and more. And I'm just like, where did this come from? Like, it's kind of insane. No, fuck. Let's go to Raw Phil. Daisuke's magnum opus. Oh, yes. I don't know why it's on in my whatever. Pre-stream gameplay. Yeah. Look at this. It's just clown mode. He would never do this in Twitch era.
Here it is.
Like, why was the Twitch era actually chill? This is like cloud mode.
Alright, so the cave that we want to go to is to the... I want that iron.
He wants that iron.
It's not safe. So I don't fall too. More. Going through the roof playing Minecraft. What is wrong with these people? Who made this?
Who made this?
Seriously, like who upped the ante of Minecraft so hard? So, okay, so when we come back
Where's
next
the
time,
clown mode?
we can go further up this cave. We can remember. I'll have to experiment with it a bit, but I don't know what else has. Yeah, hoy.
Hoy.
I don't know. Or insulting.
What?
You know what I mean?
You know what
It'd
I
have to
mean?
be like something like a normal human would put there, not some asshole. Like a sign that I put in the world, but it can't be something disgusting or insulting, or you know what I mean? It'd have to be like something like a normal human would put there.
Why does that be a normal human? It's a video game.
Not some asshole.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna try to do shift.
Is it near the end? He did the you. Like, I don't know.
So I'm at the horse. Didn't do anything. I right. Horse. Click. Had a lot of him. I don't know. Keyboard.
Mighty Steed. What a great name.
How do I get off?
How do I get off?
Block.
How do I
see it.
How do I get off?
Like this?
Guys, how do I get off?
We gotta figure out like how they work. 2 tonight to make up. Yeah. 9.
Okay, I don't care. I give up. I give up trying to find it.
Years being away from it. and people really wanted it back for chill streams.
But he
Now
was
that I'm
like,
playing it on
I
Java
didn't
Edition
need
with
to do the
mods such as an amazing
anvil.
shader mod that
Like
makes
he
the
was doing
water
this.
and
It
sky
was
look
so
realistic, it has
weird.
amazing lighting.
Like, why is he being in clown
And we have
mode
this
suddenly?
distance mod, you can see way off into the distance, and I'm using a controller and skins and all this. It's a much more interesting experience than just playing Minecraft. And we're finally heading into the interesting parts where I'm getting the resources I need so that I can make really good equipment, and then I can head out into the world and do interesting exploration. So we're
Right.
kind of right at
Okay.
the point where really interesting stuff is about to start happening in my Minecraft run.
Whoa.
Then we've got American Truck Simulator, which we've done
Oh my god, and then this fucking game. This is another game that's fucking boring.
4 streams of, and
Oh.
surprisingly enough, ends up being one of the best streams I do every week because people show up, engage, and support and have a great time. Not only is it about me just driving a truck and trying to run my own trucking business, but we have a lot of fun conversation. There's bounties and challenges, and people are wagering their channel points on Kick. It's always a really good time. And then the new game in the rotation,
What's the new game,
Capcom
Phil?
Fighting Collection 2, where I've been playing Capcom versus SNK 2.
Oh my god, and all he's been playing is SNK 2 and Street Fighter 3 Upper. Well, Alpha 3 Upper. Which is like, you know, whatever. Like, I'm so mad it's not Alpha 3 Max that was on the PSP. I wish it was. But whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. It's so ridiculous. This dude will not even touch Project Justice, Power Stone, or what was the other one that's in there? Whatever. He's not touching any of these other games because I don't know Evolution Jam, whatever. Because I don't know how to play them. Bitch, I don't know how to play fucking Project Justice. I play that fucking game. It's fun. Why not? Right? Like, why? Like, I love that, like, this dude bitches about people being tryhards, but he won't touch these other games because he doesn't know how to play them. Okay, man.
2 has also been successful. All right, it's been fun to play, even though last time that I played it was rage-inducing because already
And
only
this
not
is
even
another thing. This is what I wanted to do with the video on about the Memorial Day shit, because he talks about, like, he goes on another rant complaining about people sharing tech and this and that. And all throughout the stream of CVS2, and even in that same podcast, he was getting tips on how to play through his chat. And it's just like, dude, why are you being so negative about other people sharing tech when you're asking to be handheld, how to play CVS2? And I have a feeling what he's gonna say is, well, the game was already found out years ago. It's an old game, so it's different. And everyone knows this. I'm just asking for whatever, right? But it's still the same kind of principle. And again, like, okay, recently Unica came out. It came out on Guilty Gear Strive. And this is a character that who are talking about it, and this is a character, by the way, was leaked. There was a massive Guilty Gear leak like a week ago, whatever. And there's some people are like, yeah, this is what we know right now. I mean, who knows what, like, she has a second super called Weapons Free, which people right now are saying this is a bad super. Like, this super sucks ass because she needs to be in orange health, and it can be easily knocked out. It doesn't work if the opponent's in the air. Like, if you land it and the person jumping in on you, it will just the first hit will count. It won't do the follow-up, which is like you launch them into the sky and you just fucking do aerial combos on them. And it's like, right now, as it is, people are like, yeah, this is a gimmicky super. It's not really worth anything. Like, it's not a good super. But people are still saying, well, this could change. The more you play this character, there might be more, like, uses for this that we may not know yet. Like, some are saying the damage output's pretty good. Like, it could be a good, like, table turn kind of super. But nobody really knows concretely. Is this right now, the general consensus is it's a shitty super because you'll never use it. I don't like, which I kind of agree with, but maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll be buffed. I do think it's gonna get some kind of different property in a future update. I think, but we'll see what happens with this character. But there's all these tech videos about Unica, but still, there's still an air of like, we don't really know what this character is capable of just yet. Because there's still a lot of stuff that people don't know how they're gonna react to things. And this dude is sitting there like saying, well, everyone has a meta out, and that's that. It's like, you don't know. Everyone plays differently regardless. Yeah, there's like routes that people will learn and this and that, but this is like, I mean, it's any fighter, in my opinion. Like, you watch him play fucking Super Turbo, and it's like the same kind of gameplay you see him do every match. It's like, I don't think it's really like, he's not. DSP kind of comes across kind of like me in this sense, where you can be proficient enough at a game and be good, but you may be so bad, like, you may be good, but you may not be good enough to be like a pro or understand what you're doing. So you think you're really good. Like, I could think I'm like really good at Guilty Gear, but I may not know like a lot of like the deep intricacies of the game. But that's like that's just like, me. I mean, but I'm at least a little bit self-aware on that, where it's like, yeah, I don't think I'm like good enough to know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like mashing my way in some cases. Like, I only know a little bit, like, okay, this move can actually beat this. This one can do this at that time. But I don't know enough to really, like, know how to do much of any other thing. Like, I just still throw moves out that may not be very good or optimal.
Not even 2 weeks into the release of this game, the only people left are people who are, like, try-harding serious teams. So trying to learn the game like I'm trying to do in new grooves like P Groove is incredibly frustrating, because here I am trying to learn, and they're just sitting there doing abusive tactics.
I just love that he's like, this is, oh my god, this is like insane double standards if you think about it. So he mocks Street Fighter 6, says the game is bad and he hates it because people have stick with this game in practice mode and learn the game, and then he can't learn it because he goes online to people who have played the game a lot, so he doesn't want to play it anymore. CVS2, he's trying to learn a new team, and everyone there that's left are tryhards, and he doesn't like it, but he'll keep playing it. How come CVS2 can still be played with these tryhards, but Street Fighter 6 has tryhards, I can't play it? Like, this dude has fallen so deep in the old good, new bad, like, nonsense, whatever, so hard that, like, he will willingly tolerate older shit, but ignore newer stuff and have less patience for newer stuff. It's kind of, like, embarrassing. And this is, like, and I have seen people shit on new stuff all the time. Like, that's what most Guilty Gear, Exard, plus R people have done to Strive. Like, oh, this game sucks, it's new. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like these people have more of a reason to hate on Strive than DSP has to hate on Street Fighter 6. I'll put it that way.
Tactics. So, I'm still loving it, though. Capcom vs. SNK 2 is a great game. If I had way more time to sink into fighting games, I would have played all the games in this collection. The collection has like 7-8 games. So far, I've literally only played 2. And there's just not enough time. When I'm only playing fighting games twice a week, I don't have enough time to invest to be able to play all the games in the collection. Okay?
Okay. Sound good?
So, that's currently what I'm playing, all right? I would say that Minecraft and Truck Sim are doing well. We keep those easily.
I love that he says that Minecraft is doing well. Dude, this was before the Unite stream, by the way, where he got, like, gold money. He said the other day, I'm surprised Minecraft isn't doing so well, man. What's happening? Or whatever the fuck. But now it's doing well. Like, his metrics are so, like, nonsensical. And it's like, it's head spinning, because on one day he looks at views, the next day he doesn't, the next day it's engagement, next day it's support, the other day it's not support, it's engagement, the other day it's all of the above, sometimes it's not all of the above. Like, at some point, it's just whatever DSP feels is being successful at the current time. Like, this is like complain. Complete nonsense, complete insanity. Like, and I think in this video you'll see the insanity show up a lot.
Easily as night chill streams, mixing in for variety amongst all the other things that I'm doing. The Capcom Fighting Collection for now is good. It's doing well. We're getting attendance. We're getting
Remember
support
Indie
for it.
Nights? What happened to Indie
I'm
Nights?
happy with the way that it's going.
Where's
Can't wait
the
to play
next
more on
indie
Friday
game?
night. But right now, the games that are at question, the games
It
that
was
everyone
Minecraft, by the
are
way.
kind
Minecraft's
of
that question.
not necessarily complaining about, but there's definitely a growing group of viewers who are saying these games have overstayed their welcome. They're way too long, and you need to play new stuff. We're talking about Clair Obscur, and we're
Who?
talking about Blueprints. Okay,
Why?
really?
Again, these games had like one slow stream. I don't understand, right? He always says, well, it's a pattern if it's a week or whatever, blah, blah, blah. As long as other games balance it out. Other games have been balancing it out, and he's been able to get money. Like, again, he's acting as if, like, he's gonna lose his house if he gets another slow stream or whatever the fuck. Like, this dude has been getting, like, 150 for a while. It is so funny to me that this goal system. I just also want to remind people $50 used to be a successful stream to him. And now, like, we have gotten pigflation has affected the DSP community, where he has decided, arbitrarily, mind you, that 150 is now the minimum. And if he doesn't hit it one stream, don't worry about it. It's fine. But then the next stream will have to have the responsibility of making up for that, so you have to hit the goal 2 times. Like, that's all that's happening, and it's a snowballing effect. It is insane to me that this whole system has gotten more predatory than the previous. Like, and it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Because the streaks was predatory, because it's like, you don't want the end of the streak, guys. But now it's like, you gotta make up for the last stream, guys. We didn't hit the goal. You gotta make up for that. Why? If you want to make up for that, why doesn't the tips carry over? Why was one stream, why one day we were able to roll the previous contributions into the next stream to get the Viewer's Choice Marathon going? Why was that okay? Why not have the goals, the King's tax goal be, I don't know, daily? But then you know what's gonna happen? Let's say that he puts $300 for the King's tax, because he's gonna start counting both streams in the total, whatever, right? Let's say he does that. For that entire day, he doesn't hit the goal, or he gets 150. The next day, well, guys, he's still gonna do you gotta make up for the previous. So it's really gonna make no difference, because all this dude has done is just made new ways for his viewers to be responsible for giving him money. Giving him money has become a job. Like, and then he's like, I'm not begging, guys. I'm just saying, let's hit the goal. But he's not just saying, hey guys, let's hit the goal or whatever. It's always, guys, we've had slow streams, we got this, and it's always like, I'm just being honest. I mean, nobody's asking DSP to say that life is amazing and he's doing super well and I don't need money. Nobody's asking him to lie. He could just say, hey, if you want to support the stream, do this, this, or this. And then that's it. Like, nobody's asking him to, like, say that the sky is amazing and he loves everything. He's loving the life. But he does lie. He does spread those lies anyway. Whatever.
The question here, I feel, is not, are these games good? They are. They're outstanding games. Clair Obscur is arguably one of the best RPGs I've ever played in my life. To me, it's standing with as good of games as like Final Fantasy X, Lost Odyssey, those kind of games. Whatever. Blue Dragon that I played back in the day and really loved. Like, it's that good. In fact, as a modern game, visually it's amazing. The game.
There's a lot of good modern RPGs out there that he has not played because he's a baby and he doesn't like RPGs.
Play elements are great.
Modern
The story's
RPGs.
getting more interesting.
Like, he only loves the classics because he can sit there and brag about his gamer cred. Wow, Phil, that's so cool. You were there at the dawn of gaming? Wow.
I actually don't have a complaint about Clair Obscur at all. I really love the game. Okay? Blueprints is the best puzzle game I've ever played in my life. And I don't say
This puzzle stuff, I've talked about this before. It is so annoying to me. He pretends, he's like, for a while, he said he hated puzzles. I don't like puzzle games. I hate puzzle games. Like, that was like part of the reason why he hated Catherine. Then that shifted from that to, oh, it's an anime plot line. No, it was too sexual. Even though it kind of wasn't, in my opinion. Out of all the things Dallas has put out, I don't think it was that, like, goofy. Whatever. But, it was still a good puzzle game. But now he told us he doesn't like puzzle games, then that should into that. Then he plays a game where it's a puzzle boss. Like, I hate puzzle bosses! I hate them! Puzzle boss is stupid! Like, dude, okay, let's fucking let's fucking go to Pig Go. Oh my god, let's see. I don't know why I'm going on a little derailment of puzzle bosses. Wait, what did he say about puzzle bosses here?
bosses ever are puzzle bosses. Bosses that are gimmicks and you can't. Bosses it's back and forth and on your toes, and Elden Ring has all those types. The worst part of bosses ever are puzzle bosses. Bosses that are gimmicks and you can't use any of the mechanics or leveling or weapons or anything you've learned in the game.
Oh, okay. There's that.
Who says any puzzle bosses yet? Well, I mean, yes and no. A lot of the bosses in this game are kind of puzzle-like, where you need to kind of know how to beat them.
Okay. I just want, like, the baby rage. Puzzle bosses!
On puzzle bosses. I hate them. Why is it that the entirety of the game I've gotten to this point?
Yeah, see, he hates puzzle bosses. Oh, man, oh my god, this... Resident Evil 3 had
every
this a
boss
lot.
being a puzzle boss, but today's puzzle bosses were way easier than the last.
Oh, no, that wasn't the one.
I hate puzzle bosses. I fucking hate them. They're not fun. They never have been.
They never have been. They never were.
I hate puzzle bosses.
There we go. There
Just
it is.
let me fight the motherfucker. Fuck around for endlessly till you figure it out because it's a fucking puzzle boss. I hate that shit. I hate puzzle bosses. Just let me fight the motherfucker.
But he loves puzzles. He loves puzzles.
Come on!
This is so fucking stupid.
It's so fucking stupid, man. Man, look at all those save files. I hate puzzle bosses! Oh, yes.
Say that with any exaggeration or coming quickly to the conclusion. I'm not a big puzzle guy, but when I play a puzzle game, usually it's few and far between. Blueprints is super good. I'm blown away with how much fun
But his stance on puzzles are all over the place. He hates them, likes them.
It's just really,
sometimes likes them,
really
sometimes hates them.
riveting.
Like,
Okay?
you know,
So,
it's really weird.
I'm having a great time with both games. But every time that I play them,
Right.
I get complaints. I get a dip in viewership on the streams. The videos on YouTube take days and days to even get any real views. And now the sad fact
That's like
is
every game.
both of these playthroughs, after
Whatever.
30 plus hours of playing them, are now sadly getting way less support. This week,
Okay. I
I
thought we
did
don't need to...
2 streams of Clair Obscur.
But But
One of
also
which,
remember, he always says engagement. I care about engagement. It's not just support. But if it's as I said before with a lot of other things, he wants everything all at once. He just doesn't want to say it directly. He dances around it, so like you don't really think about it because there are times where it's like back on Twitch, he would always do this where it's like if he has a day that's full of cheers and subs, he'll be like, guys, I love the cheers, I love the subs, but like, we didn't really do anything with tips today. And then let's say he gets a lot of tips, not a lot of cheers, but a lot of subs. Okay, guys, yeah, the subs are good, the tips are good, but the cheers, where were they? But if he gets all of them all at once, he loves it. He wants all of these things all at once. And he doesn't want to say because it makes him sound greedy, but he is greedy. He is. Just simply greedy. He wants everything. He wants all of the above.
of which we did well, and the other, which was yesterday, was my lowest supported stream of the year.
Whoa.
And actually my lowest supported stream since I played Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth a year and a half ago.
Whoa.
We didn't even raise $40 on yesterday's Claire Obscure stream. Okay?
Okay.
Blueprints. Sadly, again, a game that was doing really good when it first came out. Then I said, well, new games are coming out. We have to put it to a night stream. And immediately I got big pushback. People saying, man, you really shouldn't have pushed that to a night stream because we can't really attend the night streams. We want to support it, but it has to be a day stream. So I brought it back to day streams, and then it started getting pushback. People say,
the thing is like the game Blueprints did do well on the day stream, and then when you pushed it to the night stream, it didn't get a lot of support. And it's like, why not just like put it back on the day stream if it did so well on the day stream? He puts on the day stream, but again, why doesn't he just do whatever? The thing is I kind of want to find this clip, but I'm not going to because it's such a niche clip. There was a time where DSP said, like, oh, am I milking you guys? Do you see me do, like, see if I find a game that does a lot of money, I play that all the time. You don't see me do that, right? He used to frame it negatively if he streamed a game more than once because that would mean that he's milking the audience. He has, like, double booked blueprints every week. But it's very clear why he's doing that because there's nothing else to play that he wants to play. So it's like, really, like, I don't understand because he also said that there's nothing going on in gaming right now. So it's like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? Like, and it's kind of funny to me as well, on top of that, is these rants. I'm willing to bet you'll start noticing these type of rants because he has had this rant before, but there's been other kinds of rants that are kind of similar in, like, motivation, I guess would be the way to describe it. But he always says this, like, I'm looking for feedback and this and that, when, like, new games are around the corner. So then magically, when he gets these new games, he's like, see, we figured it out. Even though it's like, yeah, you're just waiting for new games. Like, that's what you've been doing. It's kind of, like, really weird. And again, this is a rant he's had before.
People saying, man, you really shouldn't have pushed that to a night stream because we can't really attend the night streams. We want to support it, but it has to be a day stream. So I brought it back to day streams, and then it started getting support again. I was like, ooh. But now all of a sudden, last stream, a couple days ago, we didn't hit the support goal. Did it do poorly? By no means. We raised over $100, and I was okay with that.
So then why? Why? Like, see, this is like what I don't understand. I remember even this year, this dude was saying, "Let's at least hit $100, guys. Let's hit just 100, man." He gets it. Well, guys, that's not enough. That's not the goal. He made $100, and he's sitting there like, guys, like, come on, man. Like, why can't you just be happy with what you get from your fucking dumbass audience? Like, it is insane that this dude will go on and on about how people should be grateful and this and that. Does this sound like he's grateful? He is saying that people are not liking Blueprints because he got $100.
The point I'm making is you can see there is fatigue for these lengthy games, okay? As a variety creator, I face a dilemma. when a lengthy
I also
game
want to
comes out.
remember. I just want everyone just to remember. He said this weeks ago. I wonder if there's it might be a Snort Burnell clip somewhere, whatever. But this dude announced to the world, "Yeah, I'm no longer going to play games. If we're bored, we're gonna move on." And I knew immediately. No, fuck. Let's find this clip. Let's find it. I decided to pause the recording just to try to find it. So shouts out. I tried to save some time. Couldn't find the clip, but I know you know what I'm talking about. He definitely did say, like, I'm no longer gonna be playing games for, like, if we're bored, we're gonna move on and this and that. And I knew during that time, it's like, yeah, he's just gonna say this now, and then, like, in a month or whatever, this is gonna go to the wolves. Like, it's just gonna be thrown out the door. It was in the moment business decision that's not gonna stick. And guess what? It didn't stick. Because if this is the case, right? Shouldn't he just drop the game then? But then again, he's like, well, I have to announce it, guys, and this and that. And then he's gonna be like, he's gonna make it, like, really weird because he can't just, like, be normal.
Out, the first dilemma I face is, do I even play it? Because I know that attention on the internet, particularly on streams for games, is kind of short-lived unless it's a super duper hyped game, right? If a new FromSoft game that's not a co-op drop in, drop out game like Night Rain's going to be, but a new Dark Souls, a new Elden Ring, or the Elden Ring DLC last year, right? Those games, even though they're lengthy, seem to get a lot of attention all the way through. Okay? Big, hyped games. If a new GTA dropped tomorrow, GTA 6, I feel like I'd get attention the entire playthrough.
Wow,
Okay?
wait, you're telling me if a AAA game released, it would get attention? Oh, wow, I've never heard this before. This is, like, really, like, guys, you know the sky is blue?
But outside of these exceptions, all right, it seems like it's
I know all the exceptions are all AAA games. All of them. Like, there's nothing else. Which is kind of bad for him because that really just shows how bland and generic his content is. Like, if the only way that he could get attention is by playing AAA slop or mainstream games, that really doesn't mean much. It's like, you know, why are people watching you then?
It's very hard to maintain attention for anything that's being played more than a couple of weeks. All right?
But again, this is the other thing. Why I feel retention is low for him is that he doesn't really care for the audience he has to try to grow that audience. Like, he keeps talking about the people who come in then they leave, or that the people who don't stick around. Like, he's focused on those people. These aren't, like, people that, I mean, you shouldn't, like, despise them, obviously, but you should kind of care about the people who show up. And having these little segments where you're talking about people not showing up, it kind of just shows that you don't really care about the people who do. So why would anyone want to stick around? Like, I kind of find it really incredible how people in his chat have stuck around when he really clearly doesn't. He's taking them for granted. Like, he did not give a fuck Papa Vera showed up again. Like, in this stream, when NDO showed up, this dude acted so happy, like he saw his best friend come to life and suck his dick. Like, he was like, NDO! Oh my god, NDO! Papa Vera, who has helped him play Minecraft for fucking years, he shows up, Papa Vera's here. Okay, well, man, pretty cool, huh? Doesn't care about Papa Vera at all. But fucking, like, NDO gets a he bounces for him. He bounces for NDO.
Even Doom: The Dark Ages, a game that was only around 20-25 hours long, that was hard to maintain attention on, and I played the living crap out of it in the first week.
Yeah, he didn't play it in the first week because he liked the game. He played it because he wanted to beat it. Like, it was so clear he just wanted to get that game off the fucking schedule as fast as possible. That's why he didn't do podcasts on those streams. He even kept saying that while he was playing it. Like, you can't really convince me that you cared about the game when you were like fantasizing about finishing the game.
I beat Doom the Dark Ages within 8 days of its release. Or is it 9? I think it was 9 days of its release. But even then, people said, oh, that was too long, and, it was boring.
He said that, and the reason why it was working because he played poorly. Like, he kept bitching about the ultra violence. He wasn't like maneuvering in the game that much. Like, he didn't engage with any of the challenge, and like, this is the other thing that he does all the time. He thinks that just because you can do the side stuff and the secret stuff all in one go, that's how it's designed. It's designed for you to play it. Then if you're struggling, you can just leave it and come back. But he brags about being stubborn. This is like kind of like foreshadowing to a reign he's gonna have. But he thinks like, I'm just gonna save it because I don't want to regurgitate it, and it's like insane. It's an insane argument he has.
Okay. Now, here's an example. King Ferb says, well, Suikoden did well. You're right. And I think the reason Suikoden did well is two factors. Factor number one, that was the longest game I had played in a very long time. We had actually been playing a lot of shorter games, indie games, right? Suikoden was kind of like, oh, a throwback. Phil hasn't done an RPG in a while. This is cool. It's refreshing to see him go back.
So what? This kind of pisses me off because you could have said the same thing about Metaphor, right? He didn't play a JRPG in so long. He tries the demo of Metaphor, and this is again before he started counting everything into the goal. This was when he was only counting tips. And also before he did dual streaming. He plays the demo, drops it, and then is like, well, see, nobody cared. But he didn't play a JRPG in so long. But somehow, Suikoden is the magic game that gets that kind of treatment, I guess.
Back to that formula that he likes a lot. Suikoden also was a game from my youth, so I knew a lot about it.
Oh my god, and then it's from his youth. Dude, I feel there were times he was playing Suikoden, was like, what do I do, guys? What should I do? Huh? Playing that game. I'm like, I thought you mastered this game. Huh?
Out it, and you could see how much I was genuinely enjoying every moment I was playing it because I was reliving these awesome moments from the original playthrough. And this was a game that there was buy-in. I told everyone, as long as we kept getting...
Oh my god, the buy-in? Dude, that was a hostage situation. He was like, guys, let's not have Suikoden, not hit the goal, guys. He hit all the time. Like, he made a imaginary streak for Suikoden. That's what it was. It was like, guys, don't break the streak. Every Suikoden stream did well. Let's not end the streak on this stream, guys. And he was like crying about it. And it's like, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Support for the playthrough, I would continue to play it as a daytime stream all the way through.
And then he kept like threatening Suikoden 2. Guys, if we don't hit the goal, I don't know about playing Suikoden 2, guys. And it was like one stream. Like, he did not want his fucking whales to take a break. He was like, you give me your money right now. Guys, come on. Take out that mortgage. Give me the money. Like, it was ridiculous. And then this dude is like, yeah, the buy-in was amazing. This dude will go on these, like, unhinged, like, pleas with his audience to give him money to continue the streak or whatever the fuck, whatever it is under the sun. And then we'll say the next day, you guys really love this game. It really is like this dude has multiple personalities. And they all, like, just jump in whenever, and you never know who's talking. It is kind of like crazy, and this dude's gonna lose his mind when he's like 80 and he starts going through dementia. Like, this dude may actually need like more than Cat to be his caretaker.
And it happened. People literally supported the entire playthrough. And to which I agreed, hey, this summer, let's actually do a playthrough of Suikoden 2, which is also in that collection. And people are like, yeah, we can't wait for that. Okay? So I think that was kind of an exception, but I think what's happened now is after Suikoden 1 ended, then we had another lengthy game, then another lengthy game, now another lengthy game. And
Oh,
now
now it's just lengthy game. I remember it was RPG Overload. He made a big deal about it. It was really cringe. And now it's lengthy games are the problem. Phil, I think it's you. I think you're the problem here, not the games.
Now it's like, oh man, now Phil's inundated with a bunch of lengthy games again. And we were liking the fact that he was playing more short-term, fast-paced indie-style games and action-based games, multiplayer games. Now he seems like he's getting back into that formula of everything takes 2 months to beat. And this is a problem because as a variety creator, all right, the dilemma I face is, do I even bother playing these lengthy games? Because if I don't, case in point, Metaphor, I get nothing but flack for it.
Case in point, Metaphor. Poor Metaphor. This game, like, I also just don't really get the problem of just playing these games again later. Like, why doesn't he try Metaphor again? Oh, because it's not new. Okay, Suikoden's not new, and that got an audience. Like, why can't he just try some games again? And Metaphor is going to Game Pass. Why? And he has a Game Pass sub. Why not just try again? Like, I don't understand why this dude, like, gives some games, like, a one chance, and then that's it. And he always, and I feel like he'd run to the first impressions, man. The first impression, people didn't like it. But it's like, why not just assume that people didn't want to get spoiled on this game? And why not just play it now and see what happens? Like, why not give these games another chance? Like, maybe some games won't work launch day for you, and maybe you can go back. He has done this with other games too, where he missed out on day one, and then he went back to it later, and then it did well. Like, I don't understand why he writes off some of these games immediately, and some games not. Like, why does Metaphor get the one and done treatment? I thought you liked the game. Why don't you try again? Like, what's the harm? Like, he acts as if he tries to play Metaphor again, his chat will, like, kill him or something. Like, fucking Dab Hands is gonna, like, wake up and be like, I hate Phil now, I got a flight to Renton.
Phil, how dare you skip Metaphor? Aren't you aware it's like the best game of 2024? You really missed out on a gem. No, I know. I played 12 hours of it. I played 12 hours of Metaphor, and I loved every moment of it, and I very much wanted to play it, but no one showed up. By the end of the 12-hour demo, people were not on the stream anymore, and I was making nothing. So,
again, but again, all he did in the fucking demo was literally just side stuff that he didn't need to do. Like, he just did not want to do the main mission. This is the problem. It's like, yeah, well, it's there. You could do it. Yeah, you don't have to do all of it in every nook and cranny. Like, and you know, honestly, it is kind of silly for me to say that when I've had trouble. I've been like somewhat crashing out on Metaphor because I've been I'm severely underleveled in that game. Because I didn't really do a lot of this side. The only side missions I really did was the bounty stuff you do with at the recruitment center, and then like the S-links in the game. That's kind of it. Which, you know, you could argue, Theo, that's a terrible way to play. You're a fucking idiot. But I don't really love doing side missions. I like just doing the main dungeon and this and that, and that's kind of it. Like, I didn't do a lot of side missions, and I probably should have, honestly, but whatever. But you could also just simply balance that with the main mission too. Like, I'm a very story-driven guy, personally. That's why I mostly focus on main missions, to be fair. If the side missions, some of the stories are hit or miss, and I don't want to deal with that. So I just do the main missions because it's like, I know I'm at least going to be interested in this. I don't want to do like, I want to cook a steak. I don't have any ingredients, and it's like, I don't want to do this. This is not a really fun side mission. Or, I need to get a shirt. Can you like go to this place? There's a monster there, but there's a shirt there I want, or whatever the fuck. It's like, these are dumb missions. I don't want to do this. That's kind of it. But whatever.
Viewership and support people were telling me they didn't want this playthrough, so I didn't do it. Then everyone yelled at me after the fact. So what was I supposed to do? You guys know I'm a variety creator, and you know that I don't just sit here and play one game nonstop for 2 weeks. So when you're looking at a game that's going to be a 40 to 60 hour playthrough, you always have to understand something. That will mean that's a 2-month playthrough for me. And there's not much I can do about it, because if I did sit here and played the same game for 2 weeks, attendance, engagement, and support would plummet, because I'm a variety creator. I'm not just Mr. RP.
But you're not playing. Well, see, I don't understand, right? If it's gonna take forever, like, why not just play it like once? Like, he's playing other games alongside these other games, right? Like, why does, like, I don't know, like, why not make these? Like, it's, what am I trying to say? Jeez. I guess it's just basically, why not just play this game regardless and then have these other games carry it? Like, if he makes a lot of money doing, like, shorter games or whatever, why not play those games that then, like, play a longer playthrough, like, alongside that? Like, if let's say he has a 6-day streaming week, right? Let's say, like, one stream is Expedition 33 or Metaphor Day or whatever. He has 5 other streams. He could just simply do other games. So is really one stream, even at just one stream, making like $60 and this and that, really gonna affect the bottom line when he's getting like over $100 for 5 other days of streams? Like, hello? Like, he got $33 on not Metaphor, Expedition 33, he got like $35. Is he now saying that he's in food, he has to go to, he has to be on food stamps and he has to, sell a kidney? No. Is he, applying for assistance in any meaningful way? Is he crying about his bills? No. So, why not just take one stream? Like, but it's this fear that, well, if that's doing well, but then if another stream if that stream does poorly, then another stream does poorly, then what's gonna happen? But Phil, I thought you're not Chicken Little, right? So why are we concerned if one playthrough isn't doing well, but the other playthroughs are basically doing better? Why are we concerned about a what-if scenario that may or may not even happen? And then if it does happen, then why not just decide, well, then I'll do something else? But we are not even at that junction. This is the guy that doesn't scream about the sky is falling. He brags about not freaking out. This is kind of freaking out over something that doesn't even matter.
RPG, Mr. FPS, Mr. Fighting Game, Mr. FromSoft. I'm the jack of all trades and the master of none. So because of that, I have to juggle.
But this is like, I also just want to remind everyone that this dude, like, again, this is the same rant. We've had this rant 1,000 times with a different coat of paint, but the paint is now being reused. Like, we're to the point where we're recycling the paint color at this point. Because this dude literally said back in 2014, 2015, you guys hated that I played all these games, so I'm like picking and choosing the games I play. And we're still complaining about that today. Like, what? Like, and now, we're at this point where these rants are now being used to engagement farm. Like, this dude is so redundant in everything. What is the point? Like, you have complained about how you have to juggle games. Then juggle, bitch! Like, this dude's like, guys, I have to juggle games, but, these games aren't doing so well, I have to figure something else out. Okay, then do that! Why say I have to do something if you're not gonna do it, or say I don't want to do it? Guys, don't make me do it. This is like the most insane fucking plea I have seen, and it's just trying to get his audience to do what he wants them to do, and either to tell him the game that he should play or whatever the fuck that's gonna give him the most money, or to give them the money and the games he's playing right now. Like, this is ridiculous.
Right? And to be honest, that's why I've had the longevity that I've had. That's why the guy who started videos back in 2008 is still able to make a living making similar videos in 2025 because I have kept the variety going. Right now, I'm doing a podcast. Then we're doing blueprints. Tonight, we're doing Minecraft. Tomorrow, we're going to do Clair Obscur and Night Rain. Then there's going to be fighting games on Friday. Every stream, you get a different audience. And the audience that likes that particular game will show up, engage, and support.
Okay, so why are we talking about the Expedition 33 stuff with the Blueprints audience? Maybe they're the same audience because it's lengthy. They love lengthy games.
With that game, but may not show up for the other. So even though you look at my stream and you say, oh my God, Phil only has 150 viewers on his podcast and his videos of the playthrough are only getting 200, 300 views.
You just said that's bad. He just said, I can't get these amount of views, man.
Yes,
Whatever.
But you have to understand that that is separate from my overall viewership.
Okay, if that's separate, if that doesn't matter, then why is Expedition 33 getting the hostage treatment? Why are we discussing discontinuing lengthy playthroughs if the audience that are watching that is still turning up, but you have other games that are pulling in other audiences that are supporting you? Why are these two games magically so problematic that it's risking your business? But I thought you're balancing with other games. And this is what I, again, he's not saying it, but he wants every game to be a successful stream. Every stream to be successful. Like, no shit, everyone wants to have a successful career, right? Yeah, if you're gonna open a shop, you want everyone to come to your shop, and you want to have a busy day, and you want to fucking jerk off at the money you make. Sure, that's everyone's dream, to make money. Ah, yes, capitalism. But this dude is sitting there, like, acting as if these two streams that are still making money to a point and being carried by other streams is suddenly gonna make him lose the house. And this is the guy that complains when, like, a company makes a decision that isn't, like, great for the consumer, but it's good for money reasons. Like, oh, if I do this, I'll make more money, or I save more money, or whatever. He's gonna say, that's dumb and that's greedy, fuck them. But he is doing these greedy decisions all the time. As I said, this dude, if he was in a position to be a CEO, he'd do everything he would complain about. Because this dude doesn't give a fuck. Because it doesn't affect him. Because if he's in a position of power, he doesn't care. This dude is such a... It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Viewership. My overall viewership is each game has a pocket of viewers that comes to enjoy it. And they'll come back when there's another game that they're interested in, you see? So you have to understand that. And a lot of people don't, all right? The reason I'm here is because of the variety. Because some people say, well, if you just played Clair Obscur nonstop for 2 weeks, you would have beaten it.
Oh, then we got Ian. Everyone has short attention spans and is always looking for the shiny new thing. It's just the way things are in the modern age. Okay, Ian. Ian showed up for Blueprints. I wonder if he's gonna stick around. I wonder, once he's done with Blueprints and he throws that game off a cliff, will Ian remain a fan? I wonder.
And then no one would be bored and you wouldn't have the problems you're having right now. Yes, and by the time that the first week ended, 80% of my viewership would have complained, tuned out, not come back, and I would have went out of business.
Wait, what?
Right now. Yes, and by the time that the first people say, well, if you just played Clair Obscur nonstop for 2 weeks, you would have beaten it, and then no one would be bored, and you wouldn't have the problems you're having right now. Yes, and by the time that the first week ended, 80% of my viewership would have complained, tuned out, not come back, and I would have went out of business.
Right.
That's not an exaggeration.
Yeah, that's
People
not
are
an exaggeration. He played Baldur's Gate 3, remember that game? And he said that killed his channel. Is he homeless? Is he struggling to pay the bills? Are the lights going off? Did he not pay the electric bill? No? So then it didn't kill the business. And he played that a lot. Okay.
are here for variety. That's what DSP gaming is all about and always has been. I can't just play one game nonstop for 2-3 weeks. So because of that, do I play lengthy games? That's even question number one. Do I even bother playing them? Because when in a case of a game like Clair Obscur, I absolutely love this game. But now, when I play it, I get people yelling at me, telling me, oh, I did it all wrong. What do you mean I did it all wrong? Oh, well, you're doing side content. That's boring. All we want is story.
Again, like, this is what I find funny. This is Mr. Moderation. Mr. I don't do one extreme or the other. This dude, when he's told that he's doing too much, like, side missions and this and that, instead of, like, thinking, okay, maybe I should balance it better. Maybe I am doing too much side missions. Maybe I should just kind of, like, do whatever. Instead of, like, thinking like that, it's, I either do all of it or none of it. Like, that's not really, like, that's an overcorrection. And that's what he did with this. He's gonna say, well, before people said I rush through games, and I don't do this. And now that I'm not rushing through games, now you're saying I should rush through games. Like, no. Before, you were just trying to beat the game so you can return to GameStop. So you're rushing through the game. That's why people said that. They want you to at least enjoy the game and to have fun with it. Okay. But instead of, like, but then his response to that criticism was, I will do every single thing in the game to the point where you're tired of seeing it. Like, and he thinks that is not, that is an overcorrection of the issue. Like, it's really like this guy cannot really enjoy a video game. Like, at all.
Wait a minute. Back in the day, when I was
And fun fact, fun little shout out here. The people back in the day that made that complaint may not be the same people who are making this complaint. It is so funny to me that this dude will always hold his current audience over the choices or criticisms a previous community has complained about that may not even be in this chat today. And this dude is sitting there and then says, like, and then acts as if things doesn't change. Right? Okay, let's talk about this, because I talked about this before about this guy, right? He says that I changed. You can't say this because I changed. Things change. Blah, blah, blah. So he doesn't think that people can change their opinion, right? Or that they see, he also doesn't think, right? So people say he rushed through games, and then see what he's doing now. Maybe they think, oh shit, maybe he should just rush through games. Maybe we were wrong saying that he should do this. Like, he doesn't think that's a possible option, right? Like, I don't quite understand why he plays games like this these days. It just doesn't make sense.
Full-time YouTuber, okay, before I became a streamer. My methodology was, on release day, run to GameStop, buy all the new releases, bring them home and unbox them, immediately start playing them, and literally rush through the game as fast as I could.
By the way, he would say he wasn't rushing through games at this time either. He was like, I'm not rushing.
Not take time to take in the scenery. Do not explore. Do not do side content. Literally full speed to the finish line. Because if I could be the person who would play through that new game as fast as I possibly could, okay? And then get that playthrough out fully on YouTube.
Look how much this guy wanted to grift. Look at this. He mocks all these other people who are doing stuff for money and this and that. Oh, they do this so they can get money, man. But look at this. he rushed through games. He wanted to get those playthroughs up immediately because he could get attention for it. Wow, what a cool guy. He definitely has a passion.
I could be on to the next game, and I could trade in that game right away to get almost maximum value back when you could actually trade in games for high value.
Yeah, he loves games, by the way. This is how everyone talks about when they love games. I trade into all these games. Ah, yes.
Those times are long gone, and I could be on to the next. This was the way I operated on YouTube, and this got me.
It wasn't because he wanted. I mean, it wasn't the attention. Sure, I don't want to say it wasn't that, but it was also just a way to save money in a sense because he would spend some money, then he would turn in the game, and then that would he would buy that at a discounted price. Like, this is kind of a very greed incentivized process he was going through. It's kind of funny.
Incredible notoriety, huge views, and made me Mr. New Playthrough. People always came to DSP Gaming because they knew, dude, within 2 days of a new game out, Phil beat it. And we can see the whole playthrough and judge for ourselves if we want to play it or not. This is great. That was my catch. That is what I was known for on the internet. Okay?
Oh, were you?
But what ended up happening was that over the years of, say, 2010, 2011, 2012, the internet started to push back against me and said, we don't like this methodology anymore. We don't like...
No. Wrong. That's not why people push back. Nobody said, he played... Like, that was a criticism, sure, that he rushes through games, but that's whatever. That's not enough for people to hate him. They started to push back onto him because he didn't understand video games. How do I use a ration? And then, when he was criticized for that, he didn't take it very well. And then people started realizing, oh, this guy is kind of like a bitch. And then they kind of went after him after that. It was this kind of a snowball effect. Because he let a lot of people get to him, and on the internet, you kind of don't want people to know that they got to you in a meaningful way like that.
Like the way you conduct yourself, because what's happening is you're rushing through games so fast. You're not seeing the real game. You're only seeing this one very narrow portion of the game that's narrative, and you're skipping everything else. So how can you fairly judge a game, give an opinion on it, review it, and tell us if you like it or not, if you are literally running for the finish line and skipping a vast part of the content of each and every game that you play? Okay?
But again,
so
they're not saying, oh, so if you want to play a video game, you need to fucking eat the scenery. You gotta fucking look at every little pixel, and then you gotta do every single thing. That's not really what they're telling you. That's not, because that's still not good. I mean, I don't really know how to explain this for DSP, because when you play a game, you're supposed to just, I don't know, play the game and do what you want to do with it. But this guy will do stuff, and then if it's something that's cheesy and annoying, he'll say, well, that's in the game. I'm doing this. If you don't like that, I have an OP sword. Blame FromSoft. That they put that in the game. But this was during a thing where he said it was a redemption run, Phil. This isn't oh, I'm playing Dark Souls for the first time and I just happened to find this sword. This is a redemption run where I'm gonna play the game for reals. And then he finds a cheese sword and then wins by cheese. That's all it is. He does it all the time. Oh, I gotta skip every combat because I can. That's what he did. The Zelda playthrough was literally that by the end. He just ran through everything because the game didn't force him to do anything. And it's why? Why play like this?
Regards to that methodology, I changed it. Over the years, I evolved, particularly when I became a streamer in 2017. I said, well, if we're going to do these live streams and they're interactive, then it's okay if I take my time. Because if I take my time, we can...
This is bullshit. This is actually bullshit, because he realized that he wanted to take his time even before 2017. I want to say the end of 2015 and into 2016. That's when it began. Like, even in the Pokemon rant, when he's saying that people were lazy, he said, I'm taking my time, I'm enjoying the game, but people are just fucking lazy, man. Like, he has always said he takes his time because he doesn't rush through games anymore. But now suddenly, that epiphany happened in 2017. No, it fucking didn't.
We can enjoy the game and react to it together. We can have conversation about it live. It's more of a social aspect rather than me just sitting here playing the game offline for myself. So let's do that. And we did. And my playthroughs became more lengthy, more drawn out, seeing more side content. I replayed old games that I had rushed through previously, this time doing more full and complex playthroughs that I really enjoy. And so everything changed for the better. But now what's happened is culture has changed. Everyone wants
Oh.
instant gratification.
I love that culture has changed. Oh my god. Dude, this dude always talks about how he changed or how he didn't change. Like, this opinion on change, it's so, like, nonsense. It's so... there's no, like... Wait... I don't know. It's bullshit because he brags about how he has changed as a content creator, but also he's the same guy. I don't know how that works, but he's changed, guys. He doesn't rush through games anymore. He doesn't talk about boobs anymore. He doesn't like anime anymore, whatever. But then he'll say how good it is to change. But then when culture has changed, it's bad. Like, change is part of life. Things change. People understand things differently. And this dude will sit there and, like, stomp his feet like a little baby that doesn't want to even understand what is going on around him.
Everyone wants everything right away without having to wait a long time for it. And people want to talk about it.
That's not even the case. That's not even the point. Like, this is a CEO perspective on fucking video games. Yeah, man, nobody likes single player games. No, dumbass. The reason why he has this perception that nobody sticks around is because he's a fucking boring guy. Like, dude, there's nothing fun. Let's just go to his fucking this is... Oh my god, okay. Let's fucking go to his Expedition 33 playthrough. Let's fucking go! Wait, no. Oh my god. Oh my god, fucking YouTube, calm down. Oh my god.
Ladies and gents,
oh my
it's
god, that's fucking loud as fuck. Okay, you know what? We're gonna talk about... look at this fucking title. Act 2... Oh no, it's Act 2 conclusion. Okay, never mind. I thought it was like the end of the game. I was like, oh, he did this rant and the game is finishing. Oh my god, look at his fucking dumbass thumbnails. Oh wow, his face is at an angle. Whoa! Remember when you said that it was bad to have your face on a fucking thumbnail? I remember that. Oh, this daily wrap, at the end, he kept doing this, basically. He's like, basically doing this. That's basically what he was doing the whole time. Totally fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special stream. Today, I'm doing an extra...
Okay, we're just gonna jump ahead.
So now where are we going? Up there, looks like? Yes, we did everything there. Okay, we're going up.
We're going up.
You had to unlock the door in the back. I did.
Oh my
Did
god,
I?
why is it
Did I even do
buffering?
that? Good.
Oh, it's probably its fucking quality. I feel like my computer explodes when it's at a high quality.
Good stuff.
Don't ask
Wood
me
boards.
What
would I be using wood boards for? That's
Wood
weird.
boards? Wow, this is riveting. Wow, this is so riveting to see a guy doing... Wood boards? Wow, I wonder why they don't want to stick around.
About a game for literally 3 days and then move on to the next.
Like, it's very clear. There's nothing to talk about. He's not really, like, engaged. He's not really reading chat or responding to stuff because they're not talking about stuff he wants to talk about. He's not going to try to, like, see what they're talking about and I don't know, whatever. Like, this is ridiculous.
Next, Clair Obscur was hot for a week, but if you didn't know all about it in the first week, no one cares about it week 2. But wait a minute, it's a 60-hour game. How could I ever get through the whole game in a week? Too bad, we're on to the next already.
People are still talking about this game. Like, this whole thing of nobody's talking about, people have moved on, makes no sense. It's simply because people are, if you just happen to talk about another game, that must mean you're done talking about this other game. That's not how that works. Like, come on. Come on.
That's how gaming is now. That's not how it used to be, but that's just how it is. So now, when a lengthy game comes out, and I'm thinking to myself, well, everyone's telling me to play it. Everyone says I don't skip it because it's going to be the biggest game ever. All right, I'll try it. And then I play it at my own pace.
I love he says that, everyone's saying not to skip it. This dude hyped up Clair Obscur Expedition 33 simply because it's an RPG. It looks so interesting. It's England. Oh, it's so interesting. Oh, it's like French. Oh, it's so interesting. All the time. That he never once said, people said this game is going to be big. I think I'm going to try because they said it's huge. He was hyped himself for this game. But now it's, well, the viewers told me to play this. Now I gotta think about what the viewers say. But this dude will say, yeah, I should listen to you guys. Tell me the game. I'm gonna put my ear to the ground. But now it's like bad, right? Because it's not what he wants from them.
We're enjoying it. Oh, you're doing it wrong. What do you mean?
Oh,
well, everyone else already beat.
Again, this is another thing to trigger Phil. Just like asking for an apology, telling me doing something wrong will always get him to rant. I've never seen anyone so like sensitive about being told they're doing something wrong as much as DSP. Like, and it's not even like, I can understand like the annoyance of someone who's like a pro. Let's say you go to the doctor's office and the doctor's telling you, like, okay, this is what's going on, and I think you need this, whatever the fuck, and then you're like, well, I read on Google that that's not how it works, and I think you should listen to what Google has to say. And the guy's like, I went to med school for 8 years, man. What the fuck does Google know? They use AI now, buddy. The AI doesn't know shit. They're telling you to drink bleach, buddy. And it's like, that's one thing. I can understand why the doctor may be a little annoyed that a dude who doesn't know anything is telling them that they're wrong. But when DSP, who's just saying like, I don't know what I'm doing, guys, what do I do? And then the chat's like, well, you're doing this wrong. I'm not doing it wrong, bitch! Fuck you! It's like, okay, man, like, I truly don't think you know what you're doing at that point. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Already beat it. I've only played it for a week. Yeah, it's already done. Everyone did 60 hours in it. They're done. What do you mean?
But but these people are not variety streamers like you, Phil, so how did they beat it? But again, he's letting, like, all these people sway his, like, opinion on a lot of other stuff. Like, why not, like, just let this one game not be a moneymaker and play, like, this guy will always run to tell you, I'm not a greedy guy. I don't mind if I make $1, I'll still play it if people are still engaging. But again, since the views are low, that's the little scapegoat, even though maybe the views are low, but the engagement is still pretty decent, right? Whatever.
So, in regards to Clair Obscur, here's what's going on. As you play through the game, incrementally, the character who serves as your vehicle for the game, Esquire, you ride him and he's fast travel basically because he goes over the overworld map. You don't have to fight when you're on his back. He at first can only go over the ground. Then after a while, he can break crystals to go to new areas. Then he can swim. Then he can start to swim through coral. Eventually, he's going to be able to dive and jump and fly and do all this other stuff.
How does he know that?
Each time that you get to a milestone in the story, he gains a new ability, and then all this new content opens up in the game. So each and every time that this has happened, I explore the map and I do content. There's an optional dungeon over here, an optional super boss over here. Now, normally in the game, you wouldn't be able to do all the content because it's tough. For example, there's super dungeons that have opened up that I walked into them level 30 and the enemies are level 70. Whoa. Well, you shouldn't be able to beat that, but I can.
Okay.
Why can
No, I've seen people talk about this on Twitter a lot at this point, but they're like, yeah, it's so cool in this game, like, you don't, like, if you're just good at parrying, you can like pretty much play the game, whatever the fuck, right? Okay, but they're not saying this. It's not that deep, and you can do this in any game. Like you can kind of just do that. A lot of people try that anyway. Whatever, right?
Can you beat it? Well, let's see. Because, FYI, I've played turn-based RPGs my whole life, so I'm good at them.
Oh wow,
And I
Phil.
played fighting games.
Finally, something
So
you did.
why does that factor?
Whatever.
Because in fighting games, you need incredibly good hand-eye combat
Okay.
system has a
Alright.
parry system.
Whoa, parries? No game has had that before. Wow. Whoa. Soon, dude, imagine what he's gonna find out if he actually stuck with Paper Mario. That game also has a parry system. Dude, did Clear Obscure steal from Paper Mario? Okay.
If you're playing this game and you run into something that's really tough, as long as you can read its attacks and parry by pressing a button when it hits you, you can literally absorb all its damage and then turn it back against it with a counterattack. Essentially, if you're good at parrying, you're invincible in Clair Obscur. No kidding. It's just true. You will actually beat pretty much everything in the game if you're good at parrying.
Wow.
So I go into a level 70 dungeon at level 30, and I start winning. And people are like, that doesn't make any sense. Literally no other person who played this game walked into this dungeon at your level and was able to complete it.
No, like... Obviously, if you parry, you can do that. That's what people have been saying as well. But in general, like, yeah, if you're lower level and the enemy's higher level, yeah, you can't be that unless you're good at this other thing that's also very skill heavy. Like, I mean, come on.
Well, I can. Because I'm different.
Oh
Do you
my
remember
God.
when I played Elden Ring?
I'm different, man. Dude, look, dude, this is like a dude bragging about sucking his own dick. I can suck my own dick, man. Isn't that cool?
And we finally walked into the open world map for the first time. And right there in front of you is that knight on the horse with a big ass weapon. And everyone said, "Law, we'll take him on," and got completely trounced by him and said, "Fuck this, we'll go back later." I said, "No, I'm going to beat that guy right now." And it took me like an hour and a half.
But notice he did that at the expense of his audience. His audience was pleading with him, "Can you please do something else? We're tired of seeing this guy." And instead of like reading the room, the fucking audience, you decided, "No, I want to beat this thing." Because he wanted to brag about it. That's really why he does half the shit he does, is to brag about it. Like, if you're seeing him do weird shit, it's probably because he wants to brag about beating it. Like, that's why, like, in Armored Core, he saw that this one boss had a lot of fucking, like, memes about how hard he was. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna read a guide, and I'm gonna learn how to beat it, and I'm gonna brag about beating it. That's the kind of guy DSP is. He purposely stood there in front of the Erdtree, or whatever the fuck it was called, to beat it, so he can brag about beating it. Because he knows it wasn't asking a lot to beat it, because first off, it's in the center of the map. To some degree, this is not going to be a boss that's going to have multiple phases. It's probably going to have one phase, and that's it. And he beat it, and it was like, "See, I beat it, guys. Aren't I cool?" But at the same time, he made a very boring playthrough. He bitched about this for pre-streams afterwards. You ain't say, move on. No, I wanted to beat him. Yeah, it's challenging. But I thought you wanted to make a interesting, entertaining stream, right? You want to be entertaining to your audience. But clearly, it's the game. The game should force DSP to be entertaining, I guess. That's like the running theme. A lot of stuff that DSP complains about is basically saying the game should force me to play in a way that's entertaining to the audience. The fact that it's too open and I can choose how I play, and I'm a boring person and I like to do boring stuff all the time, that is the game developer's fault, not mine.
But I did it. On that very first stream of Elden Ring, I persevered, I learned the pattern, I beat that knight. And that was an incredible challenge, but that was an awesome way to open up that challenging playthrough to show that I had the skill level to overcome. That's exactly how I'm playing Clair Obscur. Okay?
To brag. I'm playing this
In
game
Clear
to
Obscure,
brag.
when this side content is opening up, and most people say, fuck it, it's too hard, I'll come back later. I was like, nope, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to see if I can do it. And I've been able to do it all. I think there's only literally one super boss and one other area that it was just so instant death, and the health pools were too big. There was no way I was going to be able to beat them. So I said, all right, I'll come back to those later. But for the most part, I've done everything else. Okay? People are telling me I did it wrong. Well, now because you did that, you're over leveled. Well, wait a minute. If I skipped all the side content and I only did the main story, then you would have complained that I missed all the side content of the game.
Again, this is really an overcorrection. When people say that you're rushing through games, they're not saying fucking see every single pixel in the game. Then they're saying that you're doing too much of it. They're not saying do none of it. Why is it always either do all of it or none of it with him?
And I rushed through it. Hence, I don't really know I don't have a good idea of the game.
Like he can't read the room. Like as I said with the fucking Elden Ring shit, he couldn't just see in chat that a lot of people were asking him to do something else, but they were tired of seeing this fucking boss. You know, him trying to fight this boss, and he spent the entire launch day or night or whatever the fuck when he played Elden Ring doing that boss fight. And then it was like, well, that's the stream, guys. See you tomorrow. And it's like, nobody wanted to watch that. And they were asking, do something else. Phil, can you do something else? And he was like, no, I want to do this. He's doing all the side missions. Instead of thinking to himself, okay, they're saying that I'm doing too much side content. Maybe I should do a little bit of it. Maybe I should maybe I'm doing too much of it. And maybe I should do some main missions and then do some side missions in between or whatever. But we get streams and streams and streams of doing side missions. It is insane. I'm still in Act 1 of Expedition 33 simply because I stopped playing it for now. I'm going back to Metaphor. I'm grinding in Metaphor right now. That's the game plan I'm doing. But this dude was playing Expedition 33 and he took forever to beat Act 1. I was playing Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, the original. I did a race with him. By the way, I would have beat that game before him simply because. But I was playing on a higher difficulty. I want to say that as well. But I would have beaten him if it wasn't for the fucking Krauser fight. That Krauser fight fucked me. Okay, that fucking guy. But anyways, I was doing it. I got to near the end. I don't want to say the end of the village section. I don't want to say that. I don't think I was there necessarily, but whatever. I noticed immediately I was super far ahead. I was at some point I looked back, I was like, he was still at the first house. The very beginning. And I was just like, how do you do that? I even got the cutscene where Leon goes to the where the car is gone, whatever the fuck. I did that. I did everything, and I did that way faster than DSP. And it was just mind blowing. And that's a game that's not an open world game. So it's very clear to me that this dude just really wants to he's doing it just so he can show you. See, I love games, guys. It's not genuine. It's not genuine on a level that's oh, he really likes doing this stuff. It's to make him seem like he loves games because he takes forever. It really is just to placate people, be like, see, I love games. See, I'm taking my time. See how long it's taking me to beat this game because I really love it. It's that. Then it's also the game to be over leveled so he gets steamrolled. The rest of the game, the main stuff can be steamrolled. Whatever. And that's all it is. That is all it is. And this dude is sitting there yeah, man, I'm doing this stuff. See how cool I am? Why not just understand, maybe I shouldn't do all the side missions. Maybe I'll do it. Then if I see chat saying, can you do the main mission? I'll do the main mission then. Why not? But instead he steamrolls that to do more side missions.
The playthrough sucked because I just rushed and I didn't take my time. Like you guys told me back in the day, and everyone said that those playthroughs sucked.
Again,
right?
these are different people. He's assuming that these people are telling him to move on are the same people who told him to slow down. How does he know these are the same people?
So I changed myself in the last 15 years to be a different kind of creator per your feedback.
And again, this is what I said thousands of times. Why does he only think if you change one time, that is it? You don't ever have to change ever again. Meanwhile, this dude will always tell all their content creators, other companies, they need to change. They should change. Things change. But this dude's like, I changed, man. Why do I need to change again? I mean, dude, things change all the time. Then when he does do a change that he wants to do, well, things change. You gotta accept that. But then when he's told to change, I don't want to change. Fuck you. It really seems like a one-way street. The only way for DSP to change is when he wants to change. You can't suggest him to change because he won't do it. Or even try to do it. Like, the no podcast stuff only happened simply because DSP wanted to beat Doom, and then he realized that support didn't go away for it, so he's like, I'll do it. But again, that's something he wanted to do. People have been telling him to do that for fucking years. And he has called them trolls, he banned them, he shat on them. And look at him now. He's doing what they told him to do. The thing he said that if he did that his house would disappear and Cat would leave him and Jasper would explode, all that stuff didn't happen. Again, this dude really wants his audience to give him feedback he wants them to give when he wants it. And if they give him actual feedback that's actual critical, he'll mock it. Because this dude's a fucking baby.
Now all of a sudden, that's wrong.
I
should have just turboed through this game, apparently. Okay? So I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do, because every time it seems I play something, I'm somehow doing it wrong. Even when I'm listening to direct feedback, I'm somehow doing it.
Again, if he likes games, right, then why is he letting again, when you think about it, you're playing a video game, and you like the game. Are you gonna sit there and let someone else ruin your enjoyment by telling you how they want you to play the game? Like, this is, again, letting so many people, taint your enjoyment on something. At some point, you're gonna have to, realize, maybe I should just play this game the way I want, and these people are telling me to rush through games. Maybe they either don't like it or whatever. There's no critical thinking. It's literally just drone thinking. Tell me what to do. Insert command. But the thing is, it's a faulty command because it has to be the command he wants you to give it.
Doing it wrong. I don't get it, okay? Now, in the case of Claire Obscure, if you believe that doing the side content actually ruins the game, you have the right to that opinion, but you should take that opinion and you should direct it towards the parties who are culpable for that.
No. Because side missions in nature are all optional. You don't have to do them. The game doesn't force you to do them. It doesn't give you a big waypoint to them. Whatever. The only time they ever force you to do it is in the tutorial part of the game. And this dude is sitting there like, if you don't like side missions, tell the developers about that. No, bitch. You're the streamer. You're trying to entertain an audience. You don't have to do them. You chose to do them at the expense of your audience. Your audience is telling you that they want to see what's going on in the main story. And you can't fucking think with your dumb baby brain, maybe I should kind of balance this a little bit better. Maybe I am doing too much side missions. Oh, I'm doing this side mission. Oh, they're saying that they're bored. Okay, I'm just going to do the main mission now. No, instead, he's like, no, we gotta go by my schedule and the way I want to do things. Where it's either one main mission a stream, one main mission an hour, or whatever. It has to be in a very routinely scheduled way, like a fucking autist. Like he's autistic about it. If he wants to play that, that's fine. But then, like, he should explain that to them. Like, this is how I want to play the game. And then that's it. And move on. But instead, he's like, tell me how to play. What do I do? And then they're like, well, this is kind of boring to watch you do this. Well, no, the game devs put in the game. Why are you mad at me, man? Like, dude, he played Judgment, these Yakuza games. And he didn't do the hostess bar. He didn't do the dating sim shit. Why was he liberated to not do that? But with this game, he has to do everything. Make it make sense. Oh man, no man, I have a wife. I don't want to do the dating shit. That stuff is stupid. Like he got so mad in Infinite Wealth when the game did that side mission where you were doing that dating app, and he didn't want to do it at all. He hated it. He was like a baby eating broccoli. He hated it. He didn't want to do it. And then he never did it ever again. He never did it at all. But in these other games that don't have that mission, I gotta do everything. So in some games, he wants to do every single side mission under the sun. In some games, I don't want to do that. But why can't you do that with any game? Why can't you just have some critical thinking onto what you want to do then, buddy?
Yeah, the game devs. If the side content of the game is actually not meant to be played, then go complain to them and say, why is it in there? Right? If by doing the side...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Phil, like, when your audience was saying to do the dating stuff, why didn't you do it? It's in the game, Phil. If you don't like it, then complain to the game devs. You gotta do it, bitch. Right? He'd be so mad.
No, I get to play what I want to do. It is my option, man.
But then when it's like, oh yeah, Phil, don't do the side missions.
I have to do it. It's in the game.
Like, what are you talking about?
In the side content, I've become so overleveled that nothing in the game will be fun anymore. Then why are you complaining to me? I don't get.
This is the same shit he said about the FromSoft game streams he did. But again, those were a little more insidious. This at least is like stupid on a very like level 1 way, where it's like, yeah, these are the game, like, you know, whatever. But for the FromSoft games, it was literally like, yeah, this is gonna be a challenge run, yeah. Dude, this sword does like super duper damage? Hell yeah, I'm never changing my gear ever again. And then he went back to reading chat and this and that, which like devalued the whole redemption run hype, like completely. This is really dumb because, yeah, the game gives you the option to do this. Like, and that's great. But you don't have to do that. You're at the mercy of your audience. Your audience is telling you that they're bored. And don't you want to be an entertaining streamer and you want to entertain your audience? Like, this dude will mock so many people. Like, he mocked people for being stuck on a boss before.
Oh, this guy is stuck on the boss, and like, it was terrible.
Like, this is like insane. Insane nonsense.
Yeah, I don't. Does it make any sense? Does it? I'm just playing the game that was presented to me. I'm playing the parts that open up in the story as I approach them. Hell, that super dungeon was actually right there in line with the story. It wasn't even like, oh, I went out of my way to go find it. It was literally right there. Now, it showed danger red, but it was right in front of me.
It showed danger red. Yeah, that means that it's over-leveled, right? Like, yeah, sometimes games put higher level stuff next to things that are lower level so that you can get fucked. Like, that is SMT Xenoblade to a T. You can play Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and even 2. Maybe 1. I think 1 may have done that too, but 2 and 3 definitely did this, where it's like, you're in an open world and it's like, yeah, here's a level 86 enemy just running around. Enjoy. And then, like, what the fuck? Then, like, you just get, by the end of the game, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go back and kill that guy. Why not? And then you do it. Then you're like, wow, that's so cool. SMT does the same thing. Well, SMT5, like, they put high-level enemies in random areas. Just because it's in that area doesn't mean that, hey, you could do it. That just means, like, yeah, it's there if you really want to, but it's hard. Like, that's the indication that you don't have to do it. There's no critical thinking. like at all with this because this dude is such a little drone. He's playing a game and it's just like it's like going to a buffet. I'm gonna do a food example because these people loves food, right? It's like going to a buffet and thinking you have to eat everything that's there. You don't choose what you want to eat at an open buffet, but you're like you can, but why? They put all the food out. Eat everything. Eat every single thing, even stuff that you're allergic to. Eat it. Why not? Eat it.
In front of me. Let me give it a shot. Oh, look, I just beat it. And now I'm over leveled. Well, how is that my fault? Because I'm too good at the game? Literally what you're saying is because I'm so good at the game, the playthrough sucks. That's exactly what you're saying.
But he hyped up like persevering and like overcoming challenge. And now it's like, yeah, there's no challenge, man. Isn't that cool?
So good at Clair Obscur, my playthrough's bad because nothing's beating me. That's real.
But that's not what they're saying. Like, it's not, like, there are people who will not find it fun to watch someone do, like, fucking over-level damage. And, like, I get that. I get both sides of the aisle, where it's like, yeah, like, I do kind of find it fun to be over-leveled to a degree. I think that's kind of fun. Like, sometimes that is just genuinely fun. Like, you know, I did kind of complain that Persona 3 Reload had, like, the theurgy system kind of breaks the game. But I'd be lying if I said it wasn't kind of fun to just one-shot the final boss with a theurgy. Like, it's stupid and it breaks the game. But, like, you also technically don't have to use it, and it's a very missable, theurgy you can have. But it is still kind of fun, because it's just funny. The answer nerfed it a lot, by the way, so, you know, it only does, like, a quarter damage each time, so, like, you can't really rely on it, in the Erebus fight. But, still, I would argue, it is still kind of fun to use that theurgy regardless. Like, I get that it breaks the game, and some people may not like that, but there is a level of fun to be over-leveled. But I think when you're streaming it, like, if you're gonna do that, you do have to be an entertaining guy. And DSP is unfortunately DSP, and he's not entertaining. So the only way you get entertainment is him raging at video games. Of course, it's not gonna be entertaining to be, boo! Yoink! I did it! Yes! Kind of way, because he's so obnoxious when he wins. Like, oh man.
That's really what you're saying. It's if you had played the game and you were finding all this in trouble and adversity and you were raging and basically you were, you know, sucking at the game.
And we're back to saying that watching him rage is bad, by the way, even though he hyped up a lot of his fighting streams and his streams in general, that it's fun to see him rage. And now it's back to being negative. It is like a ping pong ball. This dude, like, he's going through it, guys.
Then we can make more memes. Right? Then we could do clips and we could put them on X and on TikTok and on Reddit and we could have millions.
That's all it is. When other people can like get attention for him raging, that's bad. But when he can like market it, it's good. But why not just like move on? Like, you know, so it's kind of funny. There's a lot of clips that are out there for other streamers that kind of like would ruin people's careers, right? But then this dude, he's just getting clipped for sucking at video games. Like, there are things he says he's lucky nobody clips those things. In some cases.
Millions of views making fun of how bad you are at the game. But you're not doing that, so your playthroughs.
But again, he made fun of other people for being bad at a game. He made fun of someone for dying at the bear boss in, like, fucking God of War. And this dude is telling you, they're making fun of me, man. Okay.
Sucks. Fuck you. Yes, every one of you out there. Fuck you. Anyone who says this kind of dumb shit, go fuck yourself. You're a fucking waste of my time and you're a waste of life if that's all you think. Because Darkseid feels good at something, his playthrough sucks. No, you're...
No, even when he's good, he sucks. Like, he has no skill in any of the games he does. Like, even Super Turbo, the prize game, Super Turbo, like, the way he plays that game is so boring. It's just not even good. Like, competitively, it's just, I'm gonna pick Blanca, and then Blanca he does like fucking Blanca ball, electricity, Blanca ball, electricity, throw, whatever. Like it's just not fun. Super Troopers is not a fun game. I kind of do hate that game, so I'm a little bit biased on that. But even like when you watch him play Marvel 2 or SV, oh my god, CVS 2, it's just boring shit. He won't play other characters. Like the whole Marvel 2 stream, he didn't want to play other characters. He was like, oh, I want to do my tryhard team, then I'm gonna do my goofy team, and it's the same like 6 characters he picks between those two categories. He doesn't try to mix them up, and it's that for CVS 2. I don't know if he has changed this, but it seemed like he kept like Capcom characters on a team, then he would switch to the SNK team. Like he would not like mix and match. Why not? And then like he randomly decides to pick Morgan when he was saying, "Oh yeah, Morgan's terrible. Her sprite looks awful." Then he just sticks with like fucking Morgan suddenly. Like okay, man, sure, why not?
Or a loser. If all you care about is toxicity and failure, and all you want to do is bring someone down.
Oh, that's the semantics part. See, it's okay to if you liked watching him rage, but you also have to like him when he's like at his most obnoxious level. But like, whatever, man. Okay.
Because they're good at something, you're the fucking problem.
You're the
not
problem.
me. My playthrough doesn't suck. My playthrough is what
I just want everyone to remember what he's complaining about now is really forced, because that wasn't even part of the conversation. We were talking about it's clear about how long playthroughs don't work in the modern era, whatever the fuck. And people are saying that he's doing the side missions. He is spending too much time doing all this long stuff. He's being over leveled. It's not fun to watch. They're not saying that it's bad that he's good at the game. They're saying he's over leveled, which is not even has nothing to do, by the way, with gamer skill. He is just simply being over leveled. Like I can grind to be level 100 in Metaphor at the very beginning of the game. Let's say will that make a fun playthrough when I'm playing the game with a level 100 cast? Like I beat SMT5. Would it be fun if I did a stream doing New Game Plus with all my experience and demons carrying over, and then like you just see me this fucking whale on fucking random trash? Like, and I have the same commentary, mind you, as DSP. Would that be fun? Probably not. I'm gonna venture no. But this dude will sit there and tell you, well, I just do the side missions. But then we pivoted to talking about gamer skill, and because people make fun of him for raging at games or being bad at games. But I thought that was like the allure, right? I thought that's kind of funny to see him be bad at games, right?
It was one of the best playthroughs of Clair Obscur because I'm showing you that anyone who has skill can actually beat any portion of this game at any time. All you need to do is time.
Again, DSP isn't the first to say this, though. People have been saying that about Metaphor, about Clair Obscur for fucking years. Like, DSP is not the first person to say this. Like, just to be clear, I've heard people say this before DSP even like, said this.
Time the parries. Tell me another fucking content creator who's made a playthrough like that of that game. Name one singular one.
Oh, I know a Twitter account, but I don't know
I'd
the
love
name.
to hear it.
I just saw it. That's all I know.
So because I'm doing something differently, better than everyone else.
Oh my god! And then we're gonna do this. I'm doing something different. I'm different. Everyone else is the same. Okay, man. Sure.
You can't make fun of me for it. You're mad.
So I got a question. If he's so good, if he's super duper good, right? Then why hasn't he beaten the game yet? Why did all these other people beat the game before him? If he's so good, right? Oh my god, this face. This I hate this fucking like Looney Tunes ass fucking voice he does. This is like Bugs Bunny impression.
Too fucking bad. Go fucking jump off a cliff. Because that's about the value that you have if that's the...
Damn, look how mad he is. And again, I love that this dude says, yeah, man, I used to be a troll. I get it, man. People, you may not have the best lives. You just need someone to love them. And then he says, to jump off a cliff. Like, this is a thing that he said is like in the moment, but it's very clear DSP has some unchecked issues, unchecked anger issues that he has yet to uh uh really tackle in any meaningful way. Because I refuse to believe the previous attempts were really meaningful, other than I'm not gonna get mad, guys, and then like it's just a hype thing, and then he just gave up on it, right?
That's the kind of person you want to be. You're a toxic individual on the internet who only cares when someone's in suffering and misery. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Seriously. What is
Uh,
wrong with
Again, he is saying this about people who are making fun of how he played Doom, or saying that they want to see him rage. But this is part of the conversation saying, why aren't people liking my Expedition 33 playthrough or my Blue Prince playthrough, and being told that it's not fun to watch him grind and doing side missions nonstop, and they just want to see him do the main mission. That is all is what is being said. And this dude is like yelling about stuff that doesn't even affect his fucking viewers. He's talking to an audience that isn't his audience, or people that he wants to be his audience. Again, just remember, the people who are making fun of him or wanting to see him rage are people that aren't even fans of DSP, or people, and these are people that want to make clips of him. He's talking to these people, but this is a conversation that he wanted to have with his viewers, his people, that the people that liked him. So why is he focused so much on people who hate him? This is an, as I said multiple times, he spends way too much time thinking about people who don't really watch him, or like are regulars, or anything that's beneficial to him. He thinks more about the people who either come and go, and people who shit on him, more than the people who stick around. It's kind of nasty.
wrong with you? If that's your mentality.
Because he's kind of saying this in a way to show his viewers, don't be like them, guys, because that's bad. That's wrong think how I want you to think, guys, okay? See, when you guys are cool, I'm not like, but see, don't be like that guy, because they belong off a cliff.
Now, let's continue positively. Okay?
Oh, okay.
What I want to do.
But see how random that was? Like, it's kind of wild. Like, I kind of want to go back to the beginning of this rant, because it's kind of, we're gonna do it. 1:26:48. Okay.
Right there in front of you is that knight on the horse.
Okay,
I
we're not.
come back later. I was like, nope, it was just everything else. Only did the main story, then you would have my time. Like you guys told me back. Now all of a sudden, that's wrong. I should have thing. I'm somehow doing it wrong. Even when I'm listening to direct feedback, I'm somehow doing it wrong. I don't get it. Okay? Now, in the case of Claire Obscure, and you should direct it, then go complain to them and say, why is it in? I don't, does it make any sense? Does it? They're in line with the story. And now I'm over level. That's exactly what you're saying. I'm so good at Claire Obscure, my playthrough's bad because nothing's beating me. That's really what you're saying. It's if you had played the game and you were finding all.
But dude, like, you're over leveled for the main stuff, so like you're not gonna really feel the challenge. That's all that people are saying. Like it takes away the immersion.
Listen, trouble and adversity, and you were raging, and basically you were sucking at the game. Then we can make more memes.
Again, he's assuming that if you think that it's not fun to watch him be challenged, you want to make memes. But also remember, this dude has emotes based on these memes. Like, why am I toxic? Okay.
Right? Then we could do clips and we could put them on X and on TikTok and on Reddit, and we could have millions of views making fun of how bad you are at the game. But you're not.
But they could do it with any other game.
Doing that, so your playthrough sucks. Fuck you. Yes, waste of life, if toxicity and failure. One of the best playthroughs of Claire to do is time the parries. Tell me another fucking so because I'm doing some go fucking suffering and misery, that's fucked up. Do I play lengthy games? Continue positively.
Like, see,
Okay?
that was such a random derail. Like, it had nothing to do with what that topic was. It was just, oh yeah, you think this? You're like these other Clippers, and people are gonna clip me, okay? That's what's going on here. It's like, you're assuming a lot out of the common viewer.
What I want to do moving forward is actually figure out, do I play lengthy games? Because I don't see a way to do it and keep attention on me. To be honest, I feel like the modern gaming industry, you literally only get, sadly,
What?
a week to talk about a game. After that, it's absolutely true that everyone's on to the next topic, on to the next trend, on to the next thing. This is why I've told you guys for years, I'm apprehensive about actually playing lengthy games.
No,
Okay?
he said that about JRPGs. But, like, regardless, though, that's not really true. People are still talking about whatever, okay.
I don't know what else to do because I don't know how to make those playthroughs viable. I don't know how to make them work. Even if I had rushed through Claire Obscure and only done the story, people would have said the playthrough sucked because you didn't do the content. So now,
But how does he know that's, like, again, there's no in between. Like, why do all the side missions? Why not do some? Why not, like, do whatever? Why is either do all of it or none of it? Hello? Like, do you think?
so now I beat the content that's challenging and I master the game, and people say your playthrough sucks. I think we see a problem here, and the problem isn't me. The problem is you. Because you're
Look at how long it took him to get to that. Like, he was priming up the whole thing, just say it's you. You're the problem here. And this is like kind of like a funny thing for a streamer to say, because imagine if any other streamer said that. These two would shit on that person so fast.
Like, can you believe this streamer? He was streaming, and he told his audience that they're the problem, why they're not getting support, and they're not getting viewers. Can you believe that?
And he's telling you that his audience is the problem. What a cool guy.
because you're so fucking toxic. People
And then he calls his audience toxic. Dude, are you trying to win people over? Again, this is what I mean. He's not trying to build a viewer base. He's not trying to build a community. He just wants to have one. Like, because he's focusing so much on the people who come and leave and then say this guy sucks. That is the people he's spending more thought about than the people who are there. He's not thinking like, because honestly he doesn't want to. Look at the audience he has. You want to fucking think about his audience? He has a kick chat that's full of trolls and like sneak dissers that he already automatically writes off as trolls and gives little shit about what they think. They could say, DSP, you're amazing. He'll say, oh yeah, right, man, fuck you. But then he has a YouTube audience that has like people like that are just the YouTube audience, the YouTube people.
people out there who are never satisfied at all, no matter what I do. I can't please those people. Do you understand? It doesn't matter how I play a game, they're always going to whine and bitch and complain about it. So instead of focusing on this giant crowd of losers on the internet who all they want to do is be toxic, I need to hone in on the factors that make people who actually like my content come by and engage and support with it.
Okay,
so the question is, what happened with Claire Obscure where we were getting that attention, we were getting that support, and all of a sudden, yesterday it fell off? What happened with Blueprints?
One stream. It didn't hit the goal, and DSP's acting as if like they're gonna take the house tomorrow. Like, come on.
That we were having people come by and say, listen, please make this a day stream because we love this game and we want the playthrough to continue and we'll support it. But then we're not getting that support anymore. What happened, right? What's the change? Is it because it's too long? In the case of Blueprints, it really, really baffles me because we're actually now unraveling the game-long mysteries that have been big questions the entire time. And now we're getting those answers and we're getting near the end of the game. We've opened 3 out of the 8 final doors. We're starting to piece together the clues we can do to solve the puzzles behind those doors. And that's literally the end of the game. So what's next, right? Like why
What's next?
are we losing audience? Why are we losing support for Blueprints? I'm actually stumped. And this is what I want to hear. I don't want to hear, oh, your
I don't want to
playthroughs
hear it.
suck, you're boring. It's not. That's the toxic peanut.
I love, like, dude, he's already disqualifying any of that criticism, right? So, like, he tells us, I think this isn't working because, like, it sticks by for a week, then people move on to the next. That's like the criticism he wants, I guess. But then when it's like, if you think the playthrough is boring, that's toxic. But like, what? Like, how is it toxic? The criticism that the stream is boring or whatever is innately not toxic. It now, if the person says, yeah, stream is boring because DSP sucks ass and he's a piece of shit and you know, he deserves bleach or whatever the fuck. Like, then sure, that is toxic. But if you're like, yeah, like, you know, I'm kind of bored with Blueprints. You know, seeing like, but that's kind of even what they're saying. Like, they're saying it's boring to watch him do side missions, and he's so dented, he doesn't even think, maybe I shouldn't do a lot of the side missions. Maybe I should do some of it, or when I do it, I should see how, you know, the chat's reaction, and if it's boring, I'll do something else, and then just base it off of that, right? But instead, it's just, tell me what to do. Like a fucking little drone. So you tell him what to do, he will sit there and then blame you if it doesn't go well.
Peanut gallery being toxic. Those are the people who will never admit that I've done anything good. These are the people that will crap on me no matter what. The same people who said, oh, look at this, making fun of Phil playing Doom, when literally that's what everyone did in that room in Doom because it was full of...
No! Dude, this thing about that explosive room is so stupid. Like, it really shows how dumb he is. In any video game, you see explosive barrels. Wait, what is the one thought? Oh, I'm gonna use that against the enemies. If there's a lot of enemies, I'm gonna use the barrels against them. This dude sees a room full of explosive barrels, and he thinks, I'm not gonna go in there. They're gonna explode. No, they explode if you shoot them. So, you're out of the room. I mean, that's step one, I guess, you know. That could be level 2 gaming right there off the bat. And then you try to get the enemies there, and then you shoot the barrels, and then guess what happens to the enemies, Phil? They die. But that's level 2 thinking. It was only at level 1 of being outside the doorway and just standing there. That's level 1 thinking. Level 2 would be like the shoot the barrels against the enemies part, but he didn't get to that part of the problem. Like, dude, come on.
Full of explosive barrels, but you use me as the scapegoat and you take it out of context to get a meme for yourself and get millions of views of clickbait because you're a fucking lying loser. Okay? I don't care about that. What I care about is my core audience of people who will come by and actually engage and support me for...
He says this. If that's the case, why did we talk about the toxic individuals you don't care about? Why bring that up? He could just say, what do I do about this or that? And then people say, like, oh, it's boring. It's like, now, like, he could sit there and be like, well, I don't think it's boring. You know, I think I mean, you think it's boring? Like, why do you think it's boring? Like, sometimes you have to, like, prod to see their line of thought. Because if they say it's boring and they say something stupid, whatever. But if they say, like, it's boring because I don't, like, it's kind of, like, unfair to write off that kind of criticism as trolling criticism when you don't even know where it's coming from, right? Like, you don't know the sentiment. Like, that's why it is part of the problem. When you're reading text, you don't know the intent behind it. That's why sometimes it's probably best to assume good intent, and then, like, if they start to, like, get a little bit more negative, sure, whatever, but DSP is a very bad judge of character with this.
For these playthroughs. So the question is, what's changed? So I'd like feedback. I like genuine feedback. What do I do with Clair Obscur, and what do I do with Blueprints? I've invested over 30 hours into each game. I love the games. I feel that the playthroughs are great. So what is going on that I need to change? Do I need to change the schedule? What do I do? I honestly don't have the answers.
Why doesn't he try changing the schedule? Like, why didn't he try doing that? But then if he changes the schedule, he'll keep it there. Like, let's say he does it. Next week he puts on the night stream. it'll be on the mainstream forever. And then if that doesn't do well, then let's be the game. He won't ever change it up or do anything meaningful. Like, he sticks to one thing and that's it.
It's frustrating because when I finally invest this much time into games, because you guys asked me to, by the way, I didn't even know about Blueprints, had no idea it existed. You guys convinced me to play it. I love it. Now I'm at fault for playing it. Every time I play it, the toxic bitches, oh, why are you playing this? Go away. Come back when there's something that gets your really bad.
I love he says this, but he has his own fans that say the same thing about other games. Like, fucking Jade does that all the time sometimes. Like, it's to the point where it's kind of annoying sometimes when we see Jade be like, I don't like this game. I'm here just for you, Phil. I hate this game.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. This game sucks.
He gets to be toxic, but guess what? He has he's a special guy, so he can do whatever he wants because DSP doesn't want to come off offensive. I mean, nobody's saying to DSP that he should like fucking like rip Jade a new one. He could, but he doesn't have to like fucking highlight Jade all the time.
ADD attention span and stop bothering.
Wait,
every time I
what?
play it, the toxic bitches, oh, why are you playing this? Go away. Come back when there's something that gets your really bad ADD attention span and stop bothering us because we're enjoying Blueprints. Okay? I don't need to hear the toxic shit. We don't. Okay? I'm just tired of it. Tired of hearing this buzzing that really doesn't matter because those people never support my content anyway. So why do I have to hear it? It doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a bunch of fucking noise to annoy all of us.
I mean, again, this is not stuff that you should say out loud because you don't know where it's coming from. Sometimes it could just be honesty,
so let's see what people have to say. We're going to do some shout outs here. All right? Let's do some shout outs and see what people have to say. We start off with Princess Luna, who did a $10 super chat. I feel like the day stream and night stream crowds are different. As far as long playthroughs go, I use the 3-episode rule to decide if I like a game or not. Okay?
What does that mean?
So basically you watch 3 episodes of a playthrough to decide if you like it or not, right? And that's the thing, like with these games, both Blueprints and with Clear Obscure.
Okay, that's not really feedback. We're gonna move on.
Obviously you want to see the end, right?
Wait,
of course. All of a sudden now they're falling off, and that's the concern is when you've already invested that much time into a game, obviously you want to see the end, right? But it's like, am I shooting myself in the foot? Right? Am I? I don't know, right?
I don't know.
Archmage says there's actually not much of Expedition 33 left. You could probably finish it in several more streams. Yeah, for what I'm going to understand.
And look at this. And like 7 more streams. Okay, that's not asking much. You could just play it once a week and beat it in 7 weeks, once a day, right? Once a week. Right? He's sitting there and he's like, yeah, I can beat it. Yeah, man. So, why are you freaking out then? It's gonna end soon. The pain will end soon, Phil.
Right? I think we're right at the end story-wise of Act 2, and people are saying the story of Act 3 is short, but then all the side content is unlocked and you can play it, correct?
Correct.
So I guess we have to see then how it's going to go. You know, I definitely want to see it end, but I don't want to skip a bunch of stuff, you know?
Why doesn't he just play it by ear, right? Like,
hold on, there's a couple of troll tips here. I'm just ignoring them.
Yeah, give DSP money so you can not count it, but he'll keep the money. Like, I don't understand why doesn't he just refund these tips? If they're gonna charge them back, like why bother fighting it?
This is actually pretty insightful.
Whatever.
All right,
this
is pretty insightful. I'm gonna read this one. It's a $2 tip anonymous.
It's a free scam.
And although some of this might seem like it may be insulting or trolling, I actually think it's kind of
this is wild to me. I read this. I'm like, okay, what is it? And the entire tip is, by the way, is just this. Phil, I love you. You're so cool. Your shirts are amazing. I always thought you were a trendsetter on streaming. You're so cool. I think you should keep doing what you're doing, man. And I love you. Heart, X's and O's. And that's it. Like that was the tip. It's like, oh, okay, man. Very cool.
Kind of insightful, so I'm gonna read it, okay? let's see. You guys tell me if you think that this might hold true. Okay. I agree. Your passion came through during the Suikoden playthrough or Suikoden playthrough. Keep forgetting how to pronounce it. You had knowledge and a natural charisma. The support directly correlated with
This sounds like this is the kind of tip that like people think DSP would write to himself, but he has gone these tips, and I kind of feel it's a whale. Like oh I see, or and probably NDO maybe, or whatever the fuck. Like I feel like it's one of those kind of people. Like, or Game Trekker. What if it's Game Trekker? Game Trekker can't use his name anymore because Game Trekker is I don't know what happened to him. Remember him?
with how passionate that you were for that game and how you connected with it. Your best playthrough in years, in my opinion. Is it fair to say, following this logic, is there maybe a lack of passion or lack of charisma that's responsible?
Oh, let me guess. The trolling thing is that part. Oh man. Okay, DSP. Fucking are you gonna like look at his feed
for low
too?
support games, like for example, Clair Obscur. It seems like with a game like Truck Sim, although it sounds like it could be boring on paper, it really allows your spice to come through, and the support shows. Maybe it's a lack of personality or passion.
My God,
through.
dude, this dude sucks. This dude sucks.
You want your space to come through, and it's so cool. You're amazing, Phil.
Oh my God, dude, like, dude, dude, get a room.
On low support streams. Well, think of it this way,
dude. This is. Oh my God, dude. This cringe.
And the support shows. Maybe it's a lack of personality or passion coming through on low support streams. Well, think of it this way, right?
Think about this
when I'm
way.
playing Clair Obscur, all right, there's a plot, and I comment on the plot, but a lot of it is just sitting around watching cutscenes for the plot. And there's not much you can really do about that. That's how the game is unfolded. It's through cutscenes, right? Now, the gameplay is turn-based, and the gameplay requires planning and learning the different play styles of each character, which I've done. Like, I've played with every character in the game, and I've learned their play styles. And I even said this on stream yesterday.
Oh
I don't
my
think there's a
God.
single character in Clair.
Dude, he's saying, like, oh, I don't think you have any passion. He's like, well, you know, I'm playing this, I'm saying, oh, story nice. And then I'm like, it's just cutscenes, man. Oh, okay. I mean, what does he have to say about Suikoden? Oh, dude, I remember this when I was in diapers, and it was so cool. I loved the game. Wow, man. But he's playing this game and he has nothing to say. He has, like, nothing to contribute to the fucking game. Like, look at this. Look at this. He's not gonna say, like, oh, man, like, look at this house. Oh, we're gonna go here. Oh, man, hell yeah. Oh, dude, what if he had a gun right now? Like, nothing. Looks at chat.
Why am I going all the way back?
Why am I going back?
Why did I do this just to get wood boards? This is weird. What's up, King Michael? How you doing? Did I do the right thing? Is there nothing left to do?
Did I do the right thing? His commentary is literally, did I do this? What do I do? Where do I go? Look at this. Wow, we did that. What good commentary. Yeah, the passion is really showing, Phil.
Clair Obscur, who I don't like playing with. They all play differently, but they're all very...
You know, I've said this too in the past. Like, this is like a criticism I had in the Twitch era. Why relegate? Well, you know, I don't want to talk, like, he's playing, like, any other game, right? He's playing fucking Gears of War, whatever. And he's like, I think Gears of War, what are you talking about when I was drunk? I'm not gonna do that, man. And then he's playing Minecraft. Yo, guys, this is Minecraft. This is chill. We can talk about when I was first drunk, man, and this and that. Why not just have that mentality in all of the playthroughs? Like, you know, maybe at that point, people would be more interesting to watch these fucking streams, my guy. Like, half the reason I'd even argue that Truck Sim is getting an attendance, some attention, is that he may say a story that's stupid, like the fucking taser story or whatever the fuck, or whatever. Same with the Minecraft stuff. But he doesn't do that with these other playthroughs, and he relies so heavily on the game doing something for him to have content. And it's like, you can't just have that conversation. Like, he got so mad playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, talking about his dad talking about sports. Why not just like fucking talk about something else? Then, if you're on like he's still in that YouTube booth era at this point, where he's like, we only want to talk about something about the game or about me playing in the game, and that's it. And it's like that kind of like isolates the game and then makes the chat not really engaged with watching it. Like it's like he doesn't understand the appeal of streaming is to interact with people, no matter what the game is. And this dude used to brag about this a lot when he did that in 2017, and then it magically went away.
Very fun to use. So because of that, I'm actually enjoying when the game forces you to use different parties or shuffle the characters around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in regards to the gameplay of Clear Obscure, a lot of it is, okay, here's a new enemy. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, let me see if I can time this button press to parry. Did I get it or not? Ah, shit, I missed it. Or, oh, I got it perfectly. Nice, shiny, fancy counterattack, right? And maybe that's fun the first or second time you face a new enemy. And maybe it's fun when you're facing a boss.
My God.
But you can't always make that entertaining, right? If I'm facing the same party of enemies for the 5th time, it's not going to be as entertaining as the first time I fought.
So maybe it's you then,
right?
Phil.
So maybe it's the style of game.
Oh my God,
Right?
dude.
Maybe certain games.
Like, see how little content that needs to be in the game for him to talk to his chat? Like, think about this. Minecraft, I mean, maybe less now because he's playing it really badly, but, like Truck Sim. No, nothing. It's a nothing game. And he's able to talk in that game. But, like, it's really brain dead how he does these streams.
Just go better than others. I would counter that, though, with Blueprints. And here's why I say that. I actually think that the Blueprints playthrough, I have been fully engaged with that game the entirety of the time I've played it. Solving the puzzles, trying to understand the plot, trying to figure out the nuances of each thing that's going on in the game. Like, literally every room has had hidden meaning that I didn't understand at first, but we figured that out, right? And it's turned out very positively. I don't know why Blueprints, which had people...
Oh my God, dude, that fucking GIF does something this. Oh my God, dude, all these GIFs, all these emotes can go away. I don't know what it is. The fucking kick emotes are so cringe. They're like mega cringe. I don't know what it is.
Very excited for it early on. Why now, while we're at the end of the game, where we're coming to the culmination of the plot lines, the secrets are being finally revealed, and the mysteries are being solved and answered, why now there'd be a falling off? I'm just as engaged with that game now as I was at the beginning of the playthrough, so I don't get it.
Okay.
Okay? So here we go. So now, as you can see, all the toxic losers who I said are just wastes of everyone's time are speaking up on Kick, and they can all enjoy their
yeah, he doesn't care what
nice
Kick has
big
to
bands
say.
right now. They can all get fucked. Here you
Get
go.
him, King. This is a band song. Band.
Got a few. I'll get more later, don't worry.
Few trolls.
Okay.
They are not gone yet, but
Sidious
they
thinks that the
will
lengthy
be
games
gone.
fall off because they're getting stretched out into too many parts, perhaps doing entire days of the same
Now we have a gif where he's sniffing his fingers. The thing he said he doesn't do, and it's negative and stupid. Oh man. I love that he wants his Kick chat to be like a troll chat, but then complains when they're trolls. Oh yes.
It would work, but again, I understand what you're saying,
He
Sidious.
wants correct trolls.
But number
not
one,
stupid
not
trolls.
everyone can sit here an entire day watching a stream. You have to understand that. Who has an entire free day to watch me play one game all day? In addition,
again, isn't the point of uploading the archive is for people who didn't catch the stream? So yes, not everyone can catch the stream, but they can watch the archive. You know, the thing you said is the point. And if that's the case, then wouldn't the views naturally go up? Like, I kind of feel like at some point you should test this theory of, like, I'll stream whatever, and if they miss it, they can catch the archive later. Like, hello?
If I do that, I will basically turn off the variety audience that I have. I have a variety audience. People tune in for different games at different times. Someone might stick around for Blueprints but not care about Minecraft. Someone might be here for Minecraft but not care about fighting games on Friday. You see what I'm saying? I can't just keep playing the same games nonstop. Trina Hart says maybe people went on vacation for Memorial Day. Those kind of things, as much as you might want to try to use those as justifications, they've always been red herring excuses.
Then why do you use other holidays as excuses then? But like, I mean, I know what he means, but at the same time, like, your audience may not have the same like viewpoint as other audiences, right? Like, he has a smaller pool of has a smaller audience for starters. So what's to say that they aren't just, busy during Memorial Day week? Like, this is your audience, dude. Like, I don't know.
There is no, oh, there's a holiday. Oh, people are broke right now. It's bullshit. If that were the case,
But that could be the case for your audience. Like, you could have like 10 sandwich shops, and some may be super successful, some may be successful, but one may not get an audience on Tuesday, but the other one gets a lot of customers on a Tuesday. Like, does that mean that there's something weird and mystical about it? Or maybe the people who go to that sandwich shop on that Tuesday just don't have the money and they come by another day. Like, he doesn't understand, like, that. Yeah, you're a streamer with everyone else, but everyone has their own like habits. Their audience has their own habits and what they spend money, what they support, etc., etc., etc.
the entire industry would fall apart. Do you understand? No one would be able to stream. No one would make any money. That's just, it's nonsense. There's no, oh, well, because don't you know that people were waiting for their tax breaks to come in and then they're going to support you? That's not bullshit. People have money to support what they like.
True.
And they will.
For your audience.
There's got to be a correlation. That's not, oh, just it's a holiday or something. That's nonsense. Because then you're telling me, oh, every single streamer can't make any money this week because it was Memorial Day.
How do you know?
Sounds like bullshit to me.
How do you know they didn't make money? What if they didn't stream? Everything of that?
Well, thanks, Hyperfixate, for a $2 super chat. I'm definitely not reading what you just said, but I appreciate the support. Well, let's see.
I don't want to know what he said. I don't know. I don't care.
We got a tip here, but I don't know. Let's take a look. What is going on with my screen here?
Oh my god, what's going on?
What's going on?
So a $2 tipper says, a lot of these guys are conditioned watching This Is How You Don't Play. And so if you show a smidgen of competency in a game, they say your gameplay sucks. You could see it in the chat when you play fighting games and you're going on a winning streak. Suddenly, LARPers are asking you to go back to Street Fighter 6 when you're playing this new collection.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, man. But, dude, he did good in Street Fighter 6 too. Remember all these weird-ass fucking brags? But then he's like, well, no. Because, like, dude, like, who cares? Like, the reason why people don't like that he's winning in CVS 2 is just that he picks the same characters and he wins boring ways. Like, the reason why they want to see him go back to Street Fighter 6 is such a dual-edged sword. On one hand, I would like to see him go back to Street Fighter 6. It was kind of fun to watch him play that and all this other stuff. But on the other hand, he was a mega annoying tryhard. Like, it was like a monkey paw situation. Like, at this point, it's like, I don't know. Just do whatever. Fucking find something else. I don't know.
Collection. You're right. Why do they want Street Fighter 6? Because I don't like it. Because I find it boring. And because I don't spend enough time on it to beat up the scrubs. When I'm playing this new collection and I'm actually doing well, oh, that's horrible. That's boring. No, it's not boring. I'm doing well and you're just a loser.
If he's doing so well, then why does he need to keep asking chat how to do combos? He literally was asking chat throughout the CVS2 stream, how do I do this combo? What do I do with this? How do I do that? If you're so good, why are you asking your dumb fucking chat how to play the game? Okay.
Okay? You don't like the fact that I'm good at games, okay? Face it. I'm actually good at some games, okay? Not all of them. Most of them I do suck at. Old school fighting games, I'm really good at. Some modern games, clear obscure, I'm actually really good at it. The parrying.
Yeah, but notice he won't go to Fightcade, obviously for the IP stuff, even though he's paying for a VPN. Notice, he's paying for a VPN, and he won't even try. Like, he won't even just try to do Fightcade on it. Why? Why not? What do you have to lose? You're not going to a tournament. You're not, like, you could play it one time and see, like, you're losing it. Like, the collection he's playing, he says, has the worst rollback ever. The game takes away everything. Okay, if it's so bad, then why not use your dumb fuck VPN to play Fightcade then?
Yes, but the late.
Okay, but so does these collections. Why not just try it anyway? What do you have to lose?
Parrying, I've done exceptionally well. I beat a level 70 dungeon when I went in at like level 30. Okay? I'm actually good at the game. Too bad that you can't accept that. Doom the Dark Ages, I actually did not suck at. Now, I'm not saying I was good at it, because I wasn't. But I actually did not suck at that game. It doesn't matter how many mouth-drooling idiots watched a meme on the internet thinking that, because they're mouth-drooling idiots, I'm actually not bad at Doom the Dark Ages. It doesn't matter what your meme is and what your narrative is that you push. You're still fucking wrong. It doesn't matter how many idiotic, cackling morons are around you. You're still wrong. And the smart people look at you from the outside and say, wow, the masses really...
But this is literally subjective. His gamer skill, like, you can't quantify fucking gamer skill. Like, yeah, I as much as I say, and I put myself down saying I suck at games, I also do feel like I'm pretty good at some games. Like, I'm pretty good at Guilty Gear, even though I may not know the intricacies of it. But I know enough to, like, know how to do roaming cancel, at least in Strive. I mean, I know very few about roaming canceling in Exard. I know it's a little bit harder, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean.
really are getting dumber by the fucking day.
Dumber
I'm not
by the day.
actually bad at every game. There's nothing that you can do about it. Kiss my ass.
Okay, you're so good, then don't do side missions. Don't overlevel yourself. Don't ask chat how to play fighting games then. If you're so good.
So really what we need to figure out, because this is me being pretty transparent here, is what to do, man. I don't know.
To do, man.
What to do about these lengthy playthroughs. What do I do about Clair Obscur right now? What do I do about Blueprints right now? Right now, I have a Blueprint stream right now we're doing no matter what. And we've got a Clair Obscur stream I'm doing tomorrow no matter what. Outside of that, I literally don't know what else to do moving forward. I want to continue to play and finish these games. But I also can't be like, oh, time to play Clair Obscur, so time to make $5 an hour today.
Again, this dude is not Chicken Little. But one stream of low support is doomed for the playthrough. And all that's going to happen now is that when he plays Clair Obscur again, he may get some whale to carry the entire game because they feel so bad for Phil. And then, like, we're going to get a weird thing where he's either going to be like, yeah, you guys love it, or he's going to say, yeah, but one guy carried it, man. Like, he got really weird really fast about one guy carrying the stream, so and that's always been how he's been making money.
Because people are burnt out on it. You know, if you guys literally said to me right now, play Clair Obscur, just finish the story, I would do it. Because I don't want the playthrough to die. Okay, but at the same time, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get significantly less enjoyment out of doing that. I feel like I want to do the content in the game. And I'm missing out on a representation of what that game is meant to be if I don't do this content that is opened up in front of me. But people are saying they're bored, just beat the story. I don't know. I mean, that would make me sad, but I would do what you guys want. All right? Because I am, to be honest, I'm beholden to the viewer. I have to do what you guys want. I can't just sit here like a fool and do what I want all day, every day. I'll go out of business. I have to listen to feedback from the viewers and do what they ask for. Okay?
You gotta do what we ask.
Princess Luna, as much as I would like to do that, it's not possible. Princess Luna says, do you consider finishing games off stream, uploading them as separate videos, and then finishing other games on stream? I would have to clone myself. I'm here in this office around 10:30 a.m. every day till about 4:30 p.m. Then I get about an hour to an hour and a half break, which is me eating and doing errands and spending some time with my wife. I'm back in this office by 6:30, and I don't get to leave until after 10:30. Then I spend an hour with my wife, and I go to bed. That's my day. I don't have endless extra hours to do offline gameplay content and do offline series plus streaming online series. I can't, I would have to have a team of people working for me to pull that off. And I don't. I'm a one-man show. I always have been. That's some of the appeal of what I do is because I'm not sold out. I'm not corporate. I don't treat this like I put on a fucking suit and tie to pump out this highly polished content. It's just a dude enjoying games, right? So I don't think that your suggestion is off kilter or crazy or ill-spirited at all. Don't take it like that. I'm just saying that's just not viable. Either I'm a full-time interactive streamer or I'm an offline YouTuber. I can't be both. I can't clone myself to have,
Oh my
I play
God.
Clear Obscure
Hold up.
plus streaming online series. I can't, I would have to have this by about 4. I would have to clone my Luna. As much as I would like to do that, it's not possible. Princess Luna says, do you consider finishing games off stream, uploading them as separate videos, and then finishing other games on stream? I would have to clone myself.
I got a question. Why this could be, and this could be a very meaningful thing too, by the way. Why doesn't he, I don't know, play these games with Kat, and then like they could have a meaningful time together? Well, oh no, you have to do commentary, and we can't have Kat on commentary. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, that won't work.
I'm here in this office around 10:30 a.m. every day till about 4:30 p.m. Then I get about an hour to an hour and a half break, which is me eating and doing errands and spending some time with my wife. I'm back in this office by 6:30, and I don't get to leave until after 10:30. Then I spend an hour with my wife,
Oh,
and I go to bed. That's my day. I don't have endless extra hours to do offline gameplay content and do offline series plus streaming online series. I can't, I would have to have a team of people working for me to pull that off. And I don't. I'm a one-man show. I always have been. That's some of the appeal of what I do is because I'm not sold out. I'm not corporate. I don't treat this like I put on a fucking suit and tie to pump out this highly polished content. It's just a dude enjoying games, right? So I don't think that your suggestion is off kilter or crazy or ill-spirited at all. Don't take it like that. I'm just saying that's just not viable. Either I'm a full-time interactive streamer or I'm an offline YouTuber. I can't be both. I can't clone myself to have, I play Clear Obscure offline and upload many hours of footage of that a day. Plus I'm doing 6 to 8 hours of streaming a day. I can't do it. You know, I'll be honest, I am exhausted with the level that I work. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to take extra time off to spend with my wife. We want to take an extra day off in the next few weeks, and we don't even know when we can do it. Can't do it this week because I'm play Clear Obscure offline and upload many hours of footage of that a day. Plus, I'm doing 6 to 8 hours of streaming a day. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
I'll be honest, I am exhausted with the level that I work. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to take extra time off to spend with my wife. We want to take an extra day off in the next few weeks, and we don't even know when we can do it. Can't do it this week because of Night Rain. Can't do it next week because you got both the launch of the Switch 2 and you've got
You don't know if
Summer
you're gonna
Game
get it.
Fest. Don't even know if we can do it the week after. I don't know. It's like frustrating right now, you know? So I don't think that's the solution. But my content is streamed content. Get it?
All right. Okay, I'm gonna show you the doodle of the day. I almost forgot that that Phil has a fat head. Fat head. Well, I guess he does, but he also has a flat head. Obviously. Look at that. And then they're on a nice little cliff, and he says,
Go off a cliff if you think I suck.
and the guy's like, no. If you're asking me what my favorite part of drawing this particular sketch, I would have to say, I am kind of happy at the side jowl. The side jowl was kind of fun to draw. It was because he has this really weird angle with that, so I'm pretty proud of that. Shouts out. All right, let's get back to the video. Ah, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, someone took $2. Now here's another take. Listen to this.
Listen to
Most
this.
gamers are playing games from years ago, and the most popular streamer games are old. The average gamer only buys 2 games a year. Most gamers aren't just on to the next thing. Even your Suikoden playthrough did well. I don't think it's the age of the games that's the issue. You focus too much on hot new releases. Listen, I'm down for playing older games. I've told
That's basically what DSP has said, but it's just so silly, right? Because Metaphor is not a new game anymore. So does that mean he can go back to play Metaphor? That's an old game. Or are we only locked in like boomer thought where only 8-bit games or whatever the fuck are old, and anything that's three-dimensional and on a modern console is new and not old enough? Okay.
I've told you guys, I like the fact that I can go back and play older games when you recommend them, right? And that's worked well.
So can you go back
Take
to
a
play
look at what happened
Metaphor?
with Onimusha, which I didn't even know what it was. And then I played it and I absolutely loved it.
Only
The
played because
only
the new
reason
one's
we're not
coming
playing
out.
Onimusha 2 right now is because I'm stuck into too many lengthy playthroughs and I don't have time for it in the schedule, right?
Right?
Oh, excuse me.
But how did
So,
he have time
listen, I'm
for
down for older games.
3 games
I
before?
outright
He's only
said,
playing 2.
over the
Like,
course of the
dude, he played Clear Obscure, Doom, and Blueprints all at once. He beat Doom, but now he has no room. He just made room by beating Doom, and Onimusha 2 is not a long game. It's a fucking what, PS1 game?
the summertime, I would
Or
love to do
PS2
a
game. I think it's a
modded
PS2
run
game.
of GTA 4, now adding in modernized graphics and things that make the playthrough feel fresh and interesting and new on PC. I think that would be a great way
Oh, I thought
to
he was
lead into
waiting
GTA
until
6
they
next year,
remade
right?
GTA 6,
But
GTA 4 though.
at the same time,
Whatever.
when I don't play the new releases, I get yelled at. So many people gave me shit because I didn't play Metaphor, because I didn't play Monster Hunter, because I didn't play Split, what was it called? Split Decision? Or
Oh
are
my
you? I'm really
God.
disappointed in
Okay.
you. Split Fiction. Okay.
But they're old games. Why not play them now? Metaphor is old. You can go back to it. Why not? Why not give it
So,
another chance?
yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know how to appease everyone because when you're when you're a variety creator, right? You can't please everyone because everyone wants something different. There's people who want me to cover the new releases. Then there's people who want me to play retro games. Then there's people who want me to beat games right away and as fast as possible. But there's people who want me to take my time and do all the side content. And it seems like no matter what, I can't find that happy medium all
Why
the
has
time.
anyone said that
Sometimes
they
I
love
can.
watching the side?
I mean, let's be
Like,
honest.
You know,
this
you
year,
notice, right? That all these people who he's talking to, not once said that they love watching the side content. Notice that, right?
Right?
has been really good up to now. Okay, what's going on this week with Blueprints and Clair Obscure has not been the case the entire year at all. This has just been this week. We've seen a few slow streams. I'm wondering how to remedy that. That's why I'm appealing to you for that information. But this year has been great. I've apparently been a good job juggling.
I've been
done a good job juggling everything and trying to appease as many people.
So then why did we have this sec? I love that he's like,
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I did a pretty good job juggling.
well, if you did, then why are you freaking out right now, my guy?
As I can, knowing that I can't be perfect to everyone, but I think there's been something for everyone that everyone has really enjoyed, right?
Right? Correct?
And trust me, it was tough.
Trust
because
me.
I was in the midst of a bunch of drama nonsense, and you saw how hard it was for me to pull myself out of that, but I managed to do it.
Oh my god, this this is, oh man, it's so dumb. He didn't manage to pull himself out of it. He just said no. Then they're like, okay, well, we're gonna show the leaks.
Oh no, I'm gonna show them, and I'm gonna lie and say that I was the king snake, and then pretend I was a victim the whole time after that, and then I'll say whatever.
Like it's bullshit. Like get out, shut up.
And I'm doing consistently well since, so I'm happy for that. But I'm curious what to do with these playthroughs that are this long. Because you notice these are the playthroughs that are the problem, not anything else. Any game that I can beat within a couple of weeks, no issue. It's only when the games get to the point where we're talking like a month or 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. It's tough to figure out.
Yeah, it's tough. That's rough. All right, let's
I'd like to know what to do. Do
Oh.
I literally just
I would like to
I
know.
want to hear everyone's to Princess Luna. I really appreciate you guys giving all this takes. This is through, right? And number two, for example, let's say I had to choose between Blueprints. Well, no,
What?
I really appreciate you guys giving all these takes. This is going to help, okay? Well, Princess Luna says maybe one long playthrough at a time. Well, the problem with that is, number one, I don't always know it's going to be a long playthrough, right? And number two, for example, let's say I had to choose between Blueprints or Clear Obscure. How do you choose? They're both amazing games. One is like best-in-class puzzler, and one is best-in-class RPG. How do you pick which best-in-class game to play, right? And once we beat it, then what's the next one that I play? Or the problem is, a lot of the times, if you don't play the game when it's hot, people don't care about it anymore, right? So that's what I'm concerned about. If you don't play that stuff, what do you do?
What do you do?
All games are a thing of the past. Well, that's true.
Wait, what? What games are in the past?
King Ferb says maybe the days of completing all games are a thing of the past. Well, that's true. And the thing is, if you noticed, this year I did try out a few games that I didn't continue with, and people had issue with that. Oh, what's wrong with you? Now you don't finish any games anymore. What is up with that? That you play a game?
But again, if you wanted to make that decision and you wanted to do that, then these people were saying this and like, well, I mean, he is in a very peculiar position, right? Because I do feel like he made such a big deal about finishing games that he kind of like naturally people are going to be like, wow, this guy didn't finish enough games. But I think it's the magnitude of how much he drops it and the reason for it, right? Like, it was just like one stream could be low, then he'll drop it the next day. And it's like, this is kind of like a very off-putting way to do it. It's just, he doesn't do anything correct. because the thing is that if he just didn't do this grandiose, like, guys, this isn't going very well, and I don't know, next stream, I will judge it if I'll let it continue. Like, maybe he doesn't have to talk about these things with us, right? Like, he thinks that, like, being, like, he has to be honest, and he doesn't want to lie, or this and that, but, like, he doesn't have to even say it. He could just, like, let's say that, like, the next two streams of Clear Obscure does, like, he gets $10, or $5, or $50, whatever. He gets that much, the views don't really jump, the engagement's not that, like, crazy, whatever. Then he just doesn't do it anymore. Like Stalker 2. He dropped that game, and he didn't really do an announcement for it. He didn't say, oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to continue playing this game. And then I think people asked him, like, oh, what about Stalker 2? He said, oh, yeah, I dropped it. I didn't want to go back to it. I was bored with it. And that was that. That was probably the only time DSP has done anything normal, like a normal person. And there was no drama around it. It was, like, lumped in with other drama, but you know, whatever. But Stalker 2, he at least kind of, like, did it almost normally, like a normal person. He could just do that. He could just not cancel. He could just cancel it, whatever. Then someone says, "Hey Phil, I've noticed you've not done Expedition 33. Are you gonna play that game again?" He's like,
Well, I don't think I'm going to. It's kind of boring. I got really bored with it.
or like,
I think, like, nobody really cared. But maybe I'll go back to it, but I don't think I'm gonna go back to it.
or decide he doesn't want to go back to it. But it's like nonsense.
A game, but we like it, we invested in it, and now you're not gonna like look what happened with the crazy weirdo indie game. What the hell's the name of it? I can't even remember the name of it, right? But we played it for like a month and a half. Hold on. What the hell is the name of the game?
He really liked the game.
Complete brain. Oh, Disco Elysium, right? There's a game that I started playing it. I was intrigued. It's one of the weirdest games right, that I've ever played. But after a while, all the interest waned, and I was like, it ain't gonna work anymore, right? So just don't play it anymore. Oh, how dare you? How dare you quit a game? Just another rage quit, another wage quit.
Well, he did
What's
wage quit
hilarious
it.
is that there are tons of game
He literally dropped it. He's getting
streamers
money
out there
but whatever.
who literally will play a game once or twice to see if it catches on. If it catches on and people like it and support it, they'll keep playing it. If it doesn't get...
We are now going back to saying other streamers after this is
I'm different. Look how different I am.
now he's talking about, well, other people do this. Then, but do you see them bitching about doing it?
You know, any kind of attention or support within 1 or 2 streams, they dump it, and that's their methodology, and no one cares.
But how do you know they dump it because of support? What if they just dump it because they want to move on? Or they just don't care? Or they're just like, yeah, I'm just like hanging out. I'm just chilling. I'm just vibing. Whatever. And this dude is sitting there like fucking sitting there thinking like, dude, like other people do this all the time. But he has to have like some grandiose reason why he's dropping games. Like he has to announce it like a fucking press conference.
Everyone's like, that's fine. That makes sense. But to me, oh, wage quit. What a horrible thing.
These people who drop these games, they don't like end their stream talking about how much money they made during it though. They would just move on. Like, or they don't care. Like, dude, it's like everyone is different when they stream. He's saying this, but he's just assuming everyone just does the stream and they talk about their fucking investments and their income.
What are you talking about? Any business that tries something new has a new offering to the customers. If the customers don't actually catch on and buy it or want it, they stop offering it, right? If you have a sandwich shop and you sell Philly cheesesteaks, but you decide now you're going to have the chicken cheesesteak as well, if it doesn't sell within 2 weeks, do you just keep buying the chicken even though you're not selling it? Or do you say, all right, I'll just go back to focusing on the Philly cheesesteaks? You know, that's business. But people are dumb.
But there are still some businesses that do that, though. They still sell stuff that may not be as popular, whatever.
And they want to turn it into toxic stuff. I do believe that moving forward, I can't just commit to fully finishing every single game I play. On the flip side...
Okay, so then why are we doing this, Phil? Why are we doing this? And this is, again, something he said months ago. He said this months ago. This is a nothing stream, a nothing segment.
Okay. There are games like, for example, here we go, Claire Obscure Blueprints. They did well at first. Absolutely they did. I love them.
Again, I love that Disco Elysium and these other games that he canceled gets that treatment. But now we're just back to, do I do that? I don't know if I should do that. But you did it before. Why now suddenly magically it's a problem?
And now we've invested so much time in them, I don't want to give them up. But again, I can't continue to say, hey, well, now I have 2-3 games in the rotation that are 30 hours long, and now no one's showing up and is supporting them, so what do I do? Inichiro says, personally, I don't mind lengthy playthroughs, but my opinion matters little because I am newer here. Definitely try and play something you might enjoy, though. Don't be afraid to drop stuff. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Even though I've dropped stuff before, but thank you for telling me I can do it again. Okay. Alright. That's kind of always looking for.
You hear it's the actual opposite. You hear says, that's the issue. Instead of seeing yourself as a streamer, sounds like you see yourself as a business person. And it makes it seem like you don't have passion anymore.
He says business, not business person, but whatever. It makes it seem like you don't... Yeah, you don't have passion. You literally don't.
No, the problem is
No, he does have passion. He just plays everything so much, and that's how you know he loves it, because he plays everything to completion. That's how you know he loves it.
Have so much passion that I have.
That's like you're in a wedding. You're in a wedding. You married someone, and you don't like do anything with your wife. You don't do anything amazing, but you just stay married with them. And then when people are like, doesn't seem like you're in a loving relationship. You're like, no, man, I love her. That's why I stayed with her for like 50 years. And it's like, yeah, but you don't like spend time. You're not in the same car. You don't like share a house. You just kind of, you're just married. And you're like, no, man, if I didn't like her, I would have divorced her in the first year, man. Look at me. I love my wife. That's why I'm here forever. I'm just not super fixated. Okay.
Haven't sold out, so I don't have to worry about this shit anymore. Okay? Why are there content creators much bigger than me that don't have to worry about this? Because they have 4,000 sponsors, because they shill crap, products, games.
What about smaller streamers that do less begging? What about those people, Phil? What about those people? I mean, even people in his like ballpark don't beg nearly at this much.
That are garbage, but they tell you to buy them. There's ads all over their shit. Click here for the referral.
Again, we're being negative to other streamers for having just sponsorships, but DSP has been sponsored in the past, by the way. But you know that was a different time. That was when he was way not popular. It's okay to sell if you're popular. Once you lose that, then it's not good. It's just opportunistic bullshit from him.
The referral code. Click here to buy this piece of fucking trash, right? Or they've completely become nonsensical, very toxic content creators that are only there for drama and sensationalist purposes. So they get the drama views and bait, so they don't have to worry about, actually getting views and support for a playthrough, because they're so busy, ragging on people and hurting things all around them, burning everything scorched earth. Doesn't matter. They're just super popular.
I don't think that's not used, but okay.
I'm not like any of that. Literally, I don't do drama and I don't shill.
But you did. Like, this. I knew he was gonna like just put the Kino Casino arc like in the rearview mirror and pretend that didn't happen. But if these principles were so important to Mr. Phil Burnell here, why the fuck did he do the Kino Casino stuff last year? Like, he can't sit there and tell me I'm better than now because I have principles. I don't do drama stuff. You did drama stuff for months. Just because you didn't completely commit to it and stayed with it forever doesn't mean that's any better. If anything, it's kind of worse because it shows people how much they're willing to bend over and flip-flop on everything. Like, why do you think people dog on the Arid Lord? Because they don't think that he's a fan of DSP? No, because he kept flip-flopping. Nobody can really give a shit when people flip-flop. You either, like, stay the course and be consistent, or you just fucking realize maybe I'm a fake person. And DSP is a fake person. He pretends to be fans for everything. Everything. Come on.
I don't do the two things that actually takes the soul away from a content creator. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why you see me actually bothered by this.
No, because you're talking about, like, how can you get people to support and give you money? That's not really being passionate. And if you were passionate, you would at least understand why people may find it boring, right? If he likes video games so much, he could understand why some people may find it boring to be over-leveled in an RPG. He can understand maybe some people want to see a newer fighting game over CVS2. Or whatever. Like, come on.
Yes. Okay? Another creator would be like, oh, fuck it. Just drop the game. Don't give a shit about it. Right? We'll just go on to whatever.
You dropped games! You dropped games this year! And you said, that's what I gotta do moving forward. And now you're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not like these other people that do that. Even though I did it, but I'm not like these other people. You're not any better, Phil. Like, come on.
To whatever's going to print me more money today. On to the next sponsored stream. On to the next paid thing. On to the next, oh man, my playthrough didn't do well yesterday. Let's do a big drama video today.
What is this? What is this? What is this? He's literally doing a rant about getting support, and in the same rant, double down on shitting on trolls, even though it was not even relevant to what was being discussed. Okay.
Let's rip someone apart. Let's do some kind of big expose. Let's just who cares who I hurt? As long as I print money today, that's all I care about. That's not me. That's never going to be me. I'm not that kind of person. So
yeah,
it's
I did it only for 8 months, and I bragged about doing it.
The reason that it comes across the way that you're saying is because I have a peanut gallery of toxic losers who spin it that way because they're very jealous of me and they don't like me and they don't want me to succeed, so they have to push it as a negative narrative.
What?
I could easily have done all those other things to be above the level of, gotta worry.
That has nothing to do with that at all. Like, to say that he doesn't have passion, it like the guy, by the way, didn't even mention about selling out or anything. He just thinks that, well, maybe talking to yourself like a business, it kind of makes you sound like you don't have any passion, which is a subjective statement. Like it's he's assuming that person's saying that because, well, these other people have sponsors and they do this other stuff. No, like, you can, like, he thinks that's the only way to be passionless, to be a sellout or whatever. He did DSP versus the internet video a while ago, and he said in it, wow, this guy is very smart. He's talking about this, and he did a sponsorship that's related to this. Well, that's kind of cool, man. And then this dude will always say that ad revenue is low and this and that. So what are these people supposed to do, Phil? Maybe they don't want to sit there with hat in hand, right? So they do these sponsorships, and like the only way that people have to know if they're legit or whatever is just by listening to the video. And you can kind of determine from that what is genuine, what isn't. Like, it's person to person. Some people may find people to be more shills, other people may find that those same people to be not shills, whatever. It's a big, wide world out there. And this dude is sitting there like, well, in order to be passionless, you gotta be solid. Again, this is sitcom logic. You can be passionless without that requirement. You don't have to be bought to be passionless. Like, come on.
If a playthrough does well, I could have done all of them, and I would have lost my soul along the way. I wouldn't have had the passion. I wouldn't
And
have
also, arguably, he has moaned and cried about not doing RPGs. You guys won't let me do RPGs. Look at the fucking Game Award videos he did. He was crying about it. Wouldn't that contribute to being passionless? Like, you can't do the thing you love, playing RPGs, correct? But suddenly he can magically do some RPGs now. Okay.
Had the ingenuity, I wouldn't have had the honesty that I have in my content. I would have had to kiss butt.
But you are kissing butt. You're kissing your viewers' butt sometimes. Like NDO.
NDO! You're here! Oh, man, wow, 20 subs!
Like,
yeah,
come on.
I mean, listen, right now, because Zangief just said this over in the Kick Chat. He's talking about the FGC stuff, right?
Oh
Why
my
is
God.
Darkside Phil the only person who
The
has issue with rollback
FGC.
netcode?
Oh.
I'm not. I'm just the only person who has an audience who actually complains about the rollback netcode. I'm the only person who, like, now it's not an overly positive audience, but I still have an echo chamber. So when I say rollback netcode, complains about the rollback netcode. I'm the only person who, like, now it's not an overly positive audience, but I still have an echo chamber.
This dude shat on so many people for having an echo chamber, and now he's bragging about having an echo chamber. Okay, cool.
So when I say rollback netcode sucks, and the canons literally ruined the capacity for online play for fighting games because people are too ignorant to know rollback sucks, when I say that, it resonates with a huge group of people, but they're not the people who are in positions of power in the FGC.
How do you know that?
Get it?
Get it?
The people who are in the positions of power can't say rollback sucks because that means all.
Can he name these people who agree with him that rollback sucks? Like, dude, come on.
The content they make is null and void and worthless, so they'll never admit it. But I can tell you right now, there are people in the FGC who hate rollback just as much as me. They just don't have that soapbox to stand on for people who listen to them. Let me tell you something. If you're playing a fighting game and you kick someone and it says KO.
Oh my God, this CBS thing is so funny to me because I've never seen that happen in any other fighter. Like, the closest that happens in Guilty Gear is, like, literally it will actually do the final hit and then the music will stop because it's going to play the victory music. But then the match continues because it took it back. But that only happens. I've only seen it happen in matches that are, like, yellow connection that flashes to red sometimes. Like, which is, like, whatever. And it's a game that you can feel the lag. Like, I've not seen that happen in green connections or anything.
The round continues. So you hit them with a fireball, and the game says, K, completely worthless.
There is not
a single person in the fighting game community who will ever dispute that behind closed door, but publicly they will. But behind closed doors, they will all say, that is awful. They would all watch my match from the other day where I had to kill the person 3 fucking times to win the round and say, that's some of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Wow, that's just embarrassing. But they'll never say that publicly.
Or it's just that the connection you had with that person, like he thinks that like just because there's a bad connection, it's Rollback's fault. Or just very simply, it's just bad connections. No netcode can fix bad connections. Like that's what happens when there's a bad connection. But the zoo keeps saying that's a gamble. Oh, the game gambles. It rolls the dice and decides who's the winner that way. That makes no fucking sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it rolls the dice? He's only based it off of because of the name. But it's not, but whatever, okay.
Publicly. Because I am not a sellout or a shill, I am able to be honest with you. You get it? That's why I stand apart. Why do you think I'm still here after 15 plus years while others have faded out?
Why has he explained? Why has he explained a better netcode?
Because I have not fell in line with all the other crap. I refuse to.
Okay, wow. That's a great way to end it, in silence.
I refuse to.
It's like his battery died.
Again, what we really need to figure out here is what do I do? Big mysteries of the game. 5 keys. Will people stick around for Blueprint? 8 doors. The goals. We can actually get support. We can do rewards. Here's the thing I'm nervous about. All right. We have goals in line right now. All right. Like, for example, I wanted to hit our goal milestone by the end of the week. Because if we did it by the end of the week, we could do this DSP tries at Burger King or whatever. And then we could, by the end of next week, hit 100 goals, and we could do a marathon. All right? I know exactly what marathon I want to do, and I think you guys are going to love it.
Oh, man.
But now, because we're having this problem with these ongoing playthroughs not hitting goals, now...
People are, why tie marathon, the whole point of this fucking goal system was to hit it, when we hit it, and it was supposed to reduce pressure. And so far, it has just been the opposite. We gotta end by this. If anything, he's just trying to control the pacing of hitting goals with his audience. He wants to make it more predictable so he can report it accurately to the IRS so he knows what to do, right? Whatever.
Now we're staggering. Now we're sputtering. And this is a problem. So I guess we got to figure it out,
control
right?
his audience. He just wants to know the pacing of making money. So he can.
By the way, I'm getting support. This is funny. I'm getting support, and Zangief goes, just for the record, I want you to know this.
Okay, I don't care about what Geef
just for the
say.
podcast. I think some days it makes sense to do the podcast, and some days it doesn't. It makes no sense to do a podcast on Friday morning when everyone's going to want to see friends. I want to make this clear. You're the person who gave me 3 cents.
Ian off. I love you, Ian. You're so cool.
I'm torn. For me, here's what I got here and played one be bored. Like that methodology.
Oh my God, I'm getting hungry, and I kind of want to
this game unravel. Like there was a puzzle in the.
I don't think there's anything else.
For the thing that we solve, right? I can't wait. But that's the thing about this game. You had to have been there along for that. You're not going to be playing the Switch 2 when it comes out. What about?
What?
As a variety streamer, that's the model that I've made success with. I can't just change my entire business model for certain styles of games. You know, it won't. It won't work.
It won't work.
Right now, if I said, all right, we're just going to play Clear Obscure for a week straight to finish it, you're not playing Night Rain. You're not going to be playing the Switch 2 when it comes out. What about, you're not covering any of that? Well, no, we got to finish Clear Obscure.
He could have done that last week, though. He put it off so much that it would fall in line that way. But why not just... He doesn't do it in a week.
Boss Big, I don't know why you're bringing this up now, but yes, I had a sausage roll when we had those meat pies for DSP tries.
Okay.
Anyway. Tiny.
Okay, I'm not watching him like talk about the fucking Echo the Dolphin bullshit. There is a comment. There is a comment. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can find that Mario music. Mario 64 minute. Oh my god, infinite. Yeah, we'll play this as I'm reading. All right. You're looking for a silver bullet that will fix all. But I think you can hear me. I feel like you can't. Oh, I'm gonna mute them. All right. Looking for a silver bullet that will fix it all, but there isn't really one because of that. This comment will be on the long side, but I hope you'll engage with it despite its length. Let's start with a few stats. I counted playtime and real time for some of your longer playthroughs. Clear Obscure, 44 hours, 55 minutes, over 27 parts, posted across 33 days. Blueprints, 47 hours, 58 minutes, over 29 parts, posted across 48 days. Pirate Yakuza, 46 hours, oh my god, okay. Sure. That makes an average of 52 minutes played. Oh my god, dude, this dude is cringe. Oh. The average 52 minutes played per real time day if you take out one of every 7 for your day off, and make an average of 1 hour played per stream day. That means per week you're putting out 5 to 6 hours of content per game. That means a day plus night stream or 2 day streams. That's not very much, and I think contributes to why people lose interest in your longer playthroughs. If your business model doesn't work for long games and you want to play long games, that your business model doesn't work. You said if you focus on finishing clear, then you can play Night Rain or Switch 2. The thing is, you would already be done with clear if you had focused on it. If you had played it 2 full days on release, and then alternated full days and day stream only, you would have had the same amount of hours played by May 6th. And if your point is, well, I couldn't have played Blueprints then, you could have put the same focus on Blueprints and been done, or nearly done, by the time clear release. Overall, I think focusing on 1 or 2 games at a time will solve the issue of viewers losing interest in longer games. He has literally done this, by the way, playing 1 to 2 games before. I mean, it's the same kind of thing, whatever. You said viewers get burned out by 20 hours of a playthrough. For clear, that was at part 16. It took you 4 weeks to put out part 16. Of course, people will lose interest when it takes you that long. A great streamer can make anything entertaining, even with a focus on 1 game. I could probably name dozens small and medium-sized variety streamers that play 1 game at a time and still see success on top of taking so long in real time. You make gameplay decisions that kill pacing. You tend to mainline all available side content before doing story content. Wait, no. You tend to mainline all available... okay. You tend to mainline all available side mission content before doing story content in a story-based game. You did it with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and now with Claire. You bash your head on optional challenges for long stretches when you could easily leave for a bit, come back. It happened a bit in Claire and happened in Elden Ring. You blame the devs for putting it in there, but it's ultimately your decision to play it that way. Dude, this has been an ongoing thing that I hate about Phil.
I play default because that's the difficulty the devs intended.
No. The devs intended for you to pick whatever difficulty you want. That's why they give you the option. Whatever the cursor is, that's wherever the cursor is. Whatever. But they intend you to pick whatever you want. They may recommend a difficulty, but they mostly say pick whatever you want. That's why they do that. If they had a custom default difficulty, they wouldn't give you the option. But he's not at that level of thinking. He has to go back to school for that one. Or you make decisions that make the game trivial because of leveling or getting strong equipment. Again, Claire, Elden Ring, I'm sure there are others. When people say your playthroughs aren't very good, it's not purely from a place of trolling. If you had some, oh my god, I wonder if he's gonna read this. I wonder. If you had some of the best content out there, your VOD numbers wouldn't have under 500 views. Weeks after posting like Claire and Blueprints both have. Oh my god, dude, this dude had nothing to do all day. He had nothing to do all day. I'm convinced this dude was bored out of his fucking mind. Some general points to help with viewership, which ultimately help with support. Your theory of ask and you shall receive turns more people off than it does inspiring people to support you financially.
If that's the case, then why do people do it? I've been doing it, they've been doing it, man, so you're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. You're factually incorrect. Okay, idiot?
Alright. Your night stream time is bad for everyone. European viewers are asleep, even on the east coast of the US. Your night streams end after midnight. If your demographic is older, like you say, very few are staying up that late night after night to watch you. Move both streams earlier. Go back to one longer stream so your content doesn't run so late into the night. You use so much time on stuff you don't have to. Oh my god, dude. You talk about the schedule 3 to 4 times a day, and then post it in writing 2 more times. Focus on one game would also alleviate this problem. No, and he would still do the schedule, stupid. You summarize what happened on stream, post on the podcast and in the daily wrap, which also hurts your VOD numbers. But you know what's funny? He sometimes doesn't tell you because he doesn't want to spoil the VOD. Or he'll just tell you, I'm not gonna tell you, I want you to watch the VOD. And it's really weird. Like, honestly, the daily wrap is the most needless video he puts up, and part of me thinks it's just a rehearsal for the podcast the next day. There is so much time spent in those segments that could be gameplay to get you through games faster. If you talked about your schedule less, there would be less emphasis by everyone when you end up dropping a game. You talk about it so much that, of course, it draws attention. If a sandwich shop drops an item from the menu because it isn't selling, they don't make multiple announcements and, oh my god, this dude, announcements, and talk every customer about why they will probably drop the menu item. Selling out isn't inherently bad. Diversifying your income streams is healthy. Having sponsored icon on stream is less intrusive than asking people to give you financial contributions multiple times on stream. But this is the slippery slope with DSP. He will do that, like, okay, I'll finally do sponsorships. Okay, he does the sponsorships. Great. Guess what DSP is gonna end up doing? He's gonna be the cartoon sponsor that everyone hates. Yeah, this thing is amazing, and it's great, and it's flawless. And then, like, you actually look at it like, this is pretty trash. Like, whatever. Like, he did that with Spawn Seeds. He banned Save That House for saying it was made in China. Here's the final thing. I have on why support levels can drop drastically. It's one you probably won't want to hear or acknowledge. There aren't that many people contributing to the totals. It's not 3 to 5 people like detractors say. But it's probably somewhere in the 20s to 30s. That is very generous. I think this guy is probably not a troll. He is probably somewhat of a fan, but he probably understands that he'd be seen as a troll. So he knows how to baby talk Phil. He knows how to step on the right, step on around the eggshells carefully enough. He knows how to talk to a toddler. I wonder if this guy is like he actually like takes cares of children. You know what I'm saying? If I had to guess, if most of those people don't like the game, get bored of the game, can't show up to a stream, or don't have money to give, then your totals are going to be low. Some of the above points on viewership will help with this, but you have to make some more changes to try to attract new viewers, at least enough to combat attrition. But that's a whole other conversation entirely. Ah, yes. And then we got this, but I'm not reading this. DSP didn't even bother to reply to it, so I ain't clicking, as they say. Yeah, I'm not doing this. This then to be here all day. We're not doing that. Sorry. Okay, he's not even in chat. Whatever. Thank you for watching this fun stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Stream. I said a stream. Welcome. I'm messing up. I'm getting hungry. But thank you for watching. This is a 3-hour and 30-minute video. But we did it, guys. We did it. We fucking did it. Not a 4-hour video after all. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!